All right, we are doing the backseat. Good. We are live. This good.
Correct.
Backseat.
Whoops.
Good.
It's going to take Ravi off the multi-link. Sorry, guys. Ravi's offline today. Siege Tank is the only flanged StarCraft unit.
The only flame?
Fucking TVT.
Phalange.
Oh, my lord.
Gaze bow. That's what I learned yesterday.
Yeah.
Almond.
You play this guy a lot.
Do I?
I feel like Faith is a recognizable name.
Count. They like to up that
Just
Star Wars
chat meme face.
But you thermal knew the secret to sex.
There you go.
Maybe that's why it's familiar. I don't know. I feel like I see it with a diamond portrait.
I'm getting so excited I can't even speak anymore.
I see.
That is definitely the secret.
Well, if he's the Canadian Faith, then he is in for a bad time because we are playing on Australia.
Thank you so much, Devlin. Hot diddly
I
damn.
mentioned using Colossi as a butt plug earlier, and I had to disagree.
The secret to sex
I
is
mean-
apparently you. Thank you, Devlin.
Why
Well,
though?
I
Much
just
love.
said that if the only thing that's stopping from something being a butt plug is
Really appreciate that,
your
dude.
determination for it to be a
Have
butt
you been
plug.
back on the ladder lately? Hope you've
Well,
been
I
having a
think
good time.
the disagreement might be because like some.
Big thank you to Steinmar, Real Phil with the resubs, D-Man, Ice Mayo, Kivsto. Thank you, everybody, for the support, guys. We're going to start the show. Give us a
If the
sec.
Colossi is in your butt, if you have the butt that can handle a Colossi to take it inside of there, is your butt not plugged?
Well, the thing about a Colossus, which I think it is a butt plug, is that if you just like stick it in like Colossus legs first, like little spindly spider legs first, then the end is bigger, and that does plug up your butt. So
Butt plug usually has like a thicker end.
yeah, that's what we're saying. That's what I'm saying. We're agreeing.
All right. Okay.
But if something doesn't, then it just gets sucked up in there.
Chixie, thank you for the resub. Appreciate that. Caught some of your stream earlier.
All right. And I think I'll start the YouTube VOD there. So we have a small chance of this one not getting demonetized.
Sorry, YouTube.
It was so good because I had a big tip and I muted to shout it out. I deafened the whole call for a second. I was like, whoa, big thank you. And like the very second I click unmute, and it's just like, but if you put it in legs first, and I'm like, oh my.
Oh my god. Penis, sticks and butts. Sorry, Fig. No, you.
Oh.
You could always Nexus recall it out of your body.
I hope my partner has 50 energy.
Oh my god. Oh. Get that SCV on the natural and then get out of there.
Yeah, bruh.
Noise. Oh.
Chat. Chat.
You know what, Twitch chat? Sometimes you're all right.
So for anyone who's new to the backseat,
Yeah, this is what it's all about.
this is it. Essentially, at its core, it is, the ramblings of a group of mad people. We watch each other play ladder. We tell each other what to do. We shout at each other. We annoy each other. Unfortunately, feardragon's not here today, but it is me, twitch.tv/maynarde. That's Maynard with an E on the end. And twitch.tv/zombiegrub.
I'm
So
the
you
worker
guys,
transfer guy.
Yeah, revolutionized StarCraft by thinking about workers moving from one base to another.
So good. I can't get into Masters League. I'm knocking on that door and no one will let me in. Diamond 1 for life.
D1. It's a good spot
What
to
the
be.
fuck is this guy doing?
Sitting there and taking it. He's probably BC rushing or something.
Yeah, it's like a proxy star
wanna
point,
get up in
maybe?
there and
I
scout?
don't know.
Sure.
Well, too late now.
No, it ain't.
All right, prove me wrong. Oh wait,
Fuck.
it died.
Oh, there's a Hellion on it. There's a Hellion. Ah, got it. Multi, exclamation mark squad. If you guys want to watch, all of our views, as always, advice for the best viewing experience. Make sure you unmute all of us so that your ears get savaged. It's a great experience if you have 3 audios of the same thing repeating on slightly different timers. Obviously, we're kind of just tuning into each other's stream. There's like a 2-3 second delay. So there is obviously going to be a delay between you guys hearing Maynard speak and us seeing him speak on the screen. And that's going to rotate around. But yeah, whenever we ask questions, we encourage you all to join in and answer. And often we do take the most interesting comments from chat and use those as fuel for deep and insightful discussion into the meaning of life. Or just talking about Colossus butt plugs, one or the other.
Yeah, I mean, either or, really.
Maybe you want to scan.
Maybe you want to scan.
I've actually been scanning so much more. Clem has inspired me. He scans so much, and I'm like, oh. So he doesn't actually just like attack at the wrong time and throw his units away? And I'm like, that is a BC. Okay, nice.
Well, now we know.
It's always nice when you start 2 Vikings and whatnot, just as that comes out.
Do I get Magfield here? Nah.
Nah, not if you have Vikings on the way.
Be Gucci. I got a Raven. I got 1 Raven. Pull it back.
I mean, Innovation responded with
Barcode's on the way.
but-
I think the worst thing you can do is like go Magfield Cyclones here, because you just commit so much to
No,
these like
yeah, I'm
fragile,
not doing it.
shitty unit.
Are you
Not
saying
doing it.
Innovation was wrong?
Yes.
If you already had 3 factories, it's not the worst.
He did not.
Yeah, I guess if you're planning to go mech, it's fine, right?
No, I'm not.
If you're
That's
not
why I
planning
didn't
to
want
go
to go
mech,
Magfield, is because I have no intention of going mech.
It's like when people make Magfield versus Proxy Tempest. I think that's pretty shit too. If you're like, it can work, but it can also just do nothing.
Like,
I
where are
hated
the
that time
BCs?
period.
This isn't a BC rush anymore. This is just a guy making BCs.
Well,
I did
good.
this same thing, Maynard. I did this during my last Twitch Plays Pig, and I was like just waiting with spotter units for him to leave. And I was like just waiting, and I stacked up 1 BC, then 2, then 3, and they're just waiting halfway across the map on the edge. And I'm like, let's just wait for him to move out with no anti-air. And then
Do
he
I
did
get
that.
push?
And no, you just keep macroing. You just keep
Just
macroing, and then you
put
just
something on his
that's it.
thirds.
yeah.
Just make sure he isn't taking a stupid like on location third. Which this
Yeah,
one
you
did.
just do spotter units, and then the BC just poked your natural, so it's below your nat. It came in, saw a refinery, and just flew away. What the fuck?
Nice.
Banshee? What?
You don't need a fusion core for hyperflight rotors, though, right?
No, you
No, you just need an armory.
My head hurts. This is that point where you need to stop thinking about what they're doing. You just do your like most generic game plan and get a bit more static D for the anti-air than normal. Because if you try to understand what your opponent's doing, you will contract more on.
No,
right?
I've already got brain freeze. I'm too short him.
All right. Well, I'd say now you might want to push because he's stopping you from scouting. Push towards. I think he might take the third base to the left because that's where your Hellion. Well, actually, both your Marines got killed.
Only done the tutorial. Should I jump on the ladder to get the war chest? For show.
He's
Play team
coaching
games.
his team.
Play team games and co-op, guys. Yeah, we alternate between coaching and shit talking each other. So, yeah, it is full Mac as expected. Big Hellion run bys and stuff. I think we can out expand him though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect timing.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Scan ahead of your push.
Nice. Very nice.
And the Raven points to the battlecruiser and with conviction in its voice says, "You are a cuck." The battlecruiser's self-confidence obliterated in one fell swoop. Unable to fire,
Oh, I
and
lost
simply
my
backs away
Marines,
to the
didn't I?
corner.
That sucks.
Yeah, just protect your natural.
another
and-
one.
Oh, he's
Kill
coming
two
back
of
to
'em.
fight your army? Hot diddly damn. I think, yeah, he's actually going to come back and try to break
Didn't
this.
successfully do it because it was all Hellions.
Just spam auto turrets behind your tanks when he comes in, I think. Or is he... What the fuck is this? This is great.
Yeah, it was nothing.
This guy's insane. He just left his tank up there. This guy crazy.
Oh,
He's got
kills other command center.
Oh my lord.
Got one on the right side.
Drunkcraft is a truly glorious thing.
Ah!
Can we please see the build order? Can we rewind this, man? Oh my god. This fucking guy. Wait, and what? Wait, can we see when the battle cruiser got made? I want to know what this was.
2 Marines, no reactor, by the way.
Wait.
Nearly killed this command center with 2 Reapers and a Hellion.
A 1,000 minerals. Is this Florencio? Was in my chat just before. Is this Florencio?
What the fuck did he do with his battle cruiser the entire time?
He looked at my natural and then left.
Yeah, he literally did. Oh my god.
And then he double
I
expanded.
think he F2'd everything back home.
Oh my god. And he went vehicle plating before attack, I guess, for the
that was dumb. That was dumb.
Battle cruiser. Yeah. My turn.
I like how people are like, well, this is what happens in TVT, Maynard. This is what when you scout this means. And I'm like, you have not played games at my level. That's not... scouting and analyzing actually does not actually equal results sometimes. Thank you, Butt Chuggin Ninja, for 420. Appreciate the donation. Says these backseat sessions are always fun to listen in on. Cheers to all of you. Thank you, mate. You're supporting esports. Once again, that name is Butt Chuggin Ninja with the 420. Thank you.
I saw this great video today from Aussie Man Reviews where there was this like fat ninja guy doing all these backflips and stuff. It was kind of glorious.
Well, if he can do the backflips, then that's pretty sick.
Well, it's great because his gut is like really big, like a big gut hanging out, but he's doing backflips and shit with it. It's amazing. I'm like, it just kind of like, and it doesn't look like a fat suit or anything. It looks real, but like the guy is so fit and athletic. It's insane. It's awesome.
Nice.
Fit and athletic. It's insane.
I'm jelly.
It's awesome.
Nice. ZG.
What matchup was this?
TVP.
Oh. Florencio is here. He says, oh, what happened? He's like, I played him once on Korea. Is there a planetary fortress in the base? it's not quite your level, Flo. But I think maybe one of your fans was that last Terran opponent.
He didn't have the Dankcraft tag, but definitely felt like a Dankcraft clan member.
That was, someone's like, oh, that was rough. Just, oh no, probably Rufus, someone's saying. Well, I was thinking, yeah, that could be rough if he was on acid or something, I guess. Rough's actually really high level.
Squad Stream does not combine chats, I don't think. Or maybe it does, but you like can tab between them. I'm not too sure.
I think you just have to tab between them. Yeah, you kind of select which one. Oh, actually, sorry, you're talking about squad, not multi.
Yeah,
on stream,
multi
you can do it. Yeah. It's so funny. I don't know why. I keep looking. I'm like, why can't I see the production tab? And then I'm like, well, you're watching a first-person view.
Why is the red on your minimap so like muted? It looks like a brown dot to me.
I don't know. This account doesn't have color intensity.
Do you not put your color intensity on max?
For my casting account, I did. Not this one, apparently.
Apparently.
Never really thought about it. I'm not try hard like you guys. You guys probably have like a hybrid settings for your graphics.
I definitely don't have hybrid settings for my graphics. I looked at the hybrid settings page. I'm like, oh, I wonder what it's like. And then I looked at the instructions and went, nope, too long. Too much effort.
I just use the shinies.
Pig, yesterday we're playing D&D and I had 3 options for my character. And I was just like, oh, wow, an Eldritch Knight sounds really cool. I love the idea of being like a battle knight that has spells that could help me in battle. And the frustration of trying to find spells and incorporate spells into my character sheet on Roll20 actually forced me to not... Well, it didn't force me, but I was like, I actually don't want to be a spellcaster in this game. This is such a pain in the ass.
You're just scrolling through like the giant list.
Well, it's a giant list, but also like putting the spells into your character sheet on Roll20 was an ordeal.
Yeah.
And by the time I figured it out, I had already checked out of the idea of becoming a spell knight. So fuck it. I'm a just full physical knight.
Yeah, whenever I level up with
worth
my wizard, it's reading time. You know, I spend at least a few hours just reading up. But we use D&D Beyond. It's really good actually.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's best. I'm a newbie, but I really like it.
Tin Fox in my chat's like, imagine doing it the old-fashioned way with books and writing it down. That would have been way easier. Way easier. I have a character sheet that I write into. I pick a spell from a book. I'm like, okay, great. I just write down what that spell entails. To put it into my character sheet on Roll20, so it's something I could link in chat, was actually too much of an ordeal.
Yeah.
I'm really liking the I just get a shield battery in my mineral line, so an adept can immediately go across the map PvT. It's fun.
Yeah.
Someone says try PC Gen. It automates a lot of the choices. Well, I don't think anyone wants to automate choices.
I don't want to automate anything.
Yeah.
No.
Someone else says, is it Diablo 3? I love you, Sean. You're a long-time sub. No one has any idea what you're talking about, dude. What are you drinking?
What are you drinking, and where can I buy it after the stream's done? Because when I don't have to worry about ladder anymore, and I can just destroy my brain cells, I want to get into that. Oh, this Reaper trying to drain a 200 energy shield battery. Oh no, Hellion.
There's probably some people who do like Diablo D&D, right, and stuff, I imagine.
Oh, absolutely.
It's probably D&D everything.
Why don't any of us do a StarCraft D&D campaign?
There's probably like one D&D where they're like, you've rolled a 13-inch wang.
We did plan on trying to do a homebrew for StarCraft, and people were willing to help us out, but it just never really seemed to. And it's certainly not the easy option because you have to make it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have you read all the books and stuff? So you've got more to draw on in terms of understanding of the world.
I have read a decent amount of the books, yeah.
Okay. Because I wouldn't be able to do it because I'd just be like, well, I don't actually know the world.
Oh,
really.
Is this Dark Templar? What is this?
I think it was.
Yeah, he's warping. He's trying to warp him in there. Naughty.
Oh no. Yeah, he's trying to warp in DTs. What a saucy bitch. I guess he's got probably a Twilight Council out on the map somewhere.
That's an observer, though.
Yeah, observer after the warp prism, right? Oh, it's always nice when they stand under the turret. Zombiegrub scans anyway. Chad.
Yeah,
No,
she's like, fuck that mule.
So.
Fuck that mule.
Oops.
That's some DT harassment.
Someone in my chat says they want to be a widow mine if they play StarCraft D&D. He's just a fucking widow mine. He just waddles around making R2D2 noises or something.
a turn in combat is 6 seconds, right? So if you're a widow mine, you got to wait 10 turns before you can shoot again.
Each turn is you retargeting so that your thing doesn't fire. You're trying to just.
I retarget the other SCV. I retarget the other SCV.
Come on.
You just guys, stop just fighting. You've got to try and bait them into a clump so I can burrow and actually let my widow mine fire.
This prism. Oh my god, chat's actually just there actually is D&D porn. There's a D&D system called Fatal, where girth is something that actually is recorded for your character.
Oh, actually, yeah, that would be really big. That makes perfect sense now that I think about it. I still remember the first time I saw, they're like, wow, there's WoW porn now. And it's just regular porn, but she's got ears on and he's wearing a loincloth at the start. And he's like, I'm a barbarian. She's like, I'm an elf. And they're like, cool, let's bang. And I'm like, oh, it's okay. So it's not really, yeah.
I'm like, wow, Rainer and Kerrigan both live in a condo in California. That's crazy.
Back in the day when I didn't know that literally anything conceivable would exist as some sort of adult internet content at one point. Back in the days when innocence still existed in this world.
My innocence. I don't even remember when my innocence disappeared, but I definitely used to be way more innocent than I am now, that's for sure. Internet has jaded me, has turned me into a different person.
I like how that second widow mine just kind of he's just holding the hand of the first widow mine as it fired.
Yeah. That second win of mine got a low roll.
Oh, look at these tryhard DTs.
Yeah, have a look at this guy. Get a look at this guy.
You've got 1,000 gas. You should make a second starport with a tech lab, Corvid reactor, and a Raven.
Why aren't you making ghosts, streamer? Ghosts! An armory isn't a ghost nest.
Oh, the classic shield battery Colossus bait.
Oh, no. Oh, no. She's dedicated now. Sunken cost fallacy. So I already lost 8 Marines. This Colossus is going down. It has to go down. It has to. Oh.
That's it. Like, dude, it's like, I know you love the 3-Rex as well, Maynard. And it's like the number of times I'd be like, well, it's a Colossus with like a Sentry and a Zealot. Like, come on. This can't possibly hold on. And you're doing like the fast version where you don't have any Marauders yet. And you're like, you just stim on it and you're like, it's stuttering and the probes pull in front. And there's a Guardian shield. And you get this Colossus to red and you lose every Marine and you kill nothing. You're like, I'm so depressed right now. I can't believe I committed into that.
Those try-hard versions that are open to base robotics bay, they'll always take my ladder points.
Oh, yeah.
The real Chads are the ones that take a 4th. I only got a couple gases.
Yeah. Someone says they want to be a turret so they can get dizzy all the time. Yeah, basically you'd just be singing the spin me right round, baby, right round.
Spin me right round, baby plays for the 80th time for this shift. Ooh, that was a good engagement. How many medevacs survive this, though? The answer is 1.
The full one.
Yeah, one of the full ones. Yeet! Yeah. Meat spin flashback. Oh my god, I forgot about that website.
Oh, all the magic items are racist in that sex D&D game, apparently. Yeah, okay, I can imagine.
Okay.
I can fill in the
Oh,
blanks.
Jesus.
Yep.
It used to do this thing where, so just addressing Chixie in chat, she's like, oh, remember meat spin? I'm like, well, I actually do, because I just remembered I used to troll a friend of mine whenever we'd go over to each other's houses. We still lived with our parents at the time. So what we would do is, before we left, we would try and sneakily open meat spin and full screen it.
Oh, yes. The classic Frank.
Just open meat spin full screen on their computers and then go, yeah, okay, see you later. See you at work.
Yeah, you do it, and if it's in a dorm and you prop the door open and point their laptop towards the door and you put it on max volume, so everyone walking past is like, what?
I'm gonna go on the PC and check out this recipe for muffins. Oh my god! Juggernaut Jason, thank you for the raid, mate.
Oh my god. After making 413 Dark Templar, the Protoss player thought building one more would be a good idea.
He's like, but Zest does it and he always wins.
I actually get upset watching Zest's PvT at the moment. I'm like,
I do too, actually. I'm
like,
you
stop
and me
it.
are like the only two people that are like, stop.
We're like, please, no.
I'm like, this isn't supposed to work. I'm actually that meme of the guy with the glasses crying with the red eyes going, no! You can't just make a Dark Shrine on 2 base every game and win against professional Terrans.
It's so funny as well because you're like, this fight will be pretty close. 15 DTs blink in and trap the army. Oh my god.
And I'm like, you can't. Oh my god. It's like you try and stutter step and you can't because they appear inside of your bio.
And it's always like like a few DTs die. Most of them are in orange and red, and then they all turn into Archons, and you're like, no. It's like they're still blocking the army from retreating. They're super tanky, so any units like on the backside are automatically going to waste attacks on them. You're like, oh no.
Oh no. Personally, I think ZG's got this game. Even though that Protoss is on 5 bases and is maxed out. Probably got 3/3 upgrades.
Yeah, I think with ghosts and stuff will be good.
I reckon a streamer made ghosts when I said to make ghosts. Like, I'm not saying that I'm always right. The streamer's always wrong, but could have like 8 ghosts right now. I'm just saying.
Whatever, I don't care. This has been such a bad
EMP
game
goes
for me.
for. I mean, well, you're not dead.
Is this the game where we go like range libs because we got to hang on for so long, or?
I'm not like that worried, but
You only really need that if they have disruptors, right?
I think I can tell what the streamer's worried
Yeah.
about. I just saw 500 minerals get spent on one turret at a time.
Yep.
So funny because like, yeah, you're such a traditional TVP player, Zombie Grub. I'm like, ooh, like I wish I could be confident playing Viking Ghost Bio like this. I fuck every engage up. I'm like, no, I'm just gonna drop them and catch them out instead.
She's got
hopefully.
7 hotkeys. She's got this.
Is that fucking 8 Colossus or some shit? Oh god.
It's 2 all by itself, so that's a good start. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well.
Nice. Oh, that's easy. EMP and Viking, that's dead. Where are your ghosts, though,
There's
streamer?
a lot of ghosts, Maynard.
A lot of high-end
There's a lot of
Templar,
High
you mean?
Templar, yeah.
There's
That's
not
what
a
I
lot
meant.
of
That's what I meant. The things the ghosts want to deal with. There's like 14
Yeah,
High
yeah.
Templar and a blob. I like the obvious one control group here from the Protoss player. There's 2 prisms just
fantastic,
on top
yeah.
of the army, 8 High Templar and a blob.
Yeah, probably 6 observers.
Yeah. No observers by the looks of it, actually.
Get him, CG!
Oh,
guy.
no.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, he doesn't know that army's there. Oh, my God. Give him the amps.
Oh, was it Chad feedback? That was pretty good.
God damn it.
Oh, no. A slow
Hate when
zealot
that
run by.
happens.
Does he not have charge?
He just doesn't have charger, right?
Because those I saw you cancel that base, like, because I'm a little bit behind, and they were slow zealots for sure. I'm like, oh, my God. Yeah, there they are.
Someone in chat says, if you notice the Protoss is F2ing, how do you abuse that? Oh, well, you hope the Protoss doesn't know how to build cannons and batteries. That's usually it, but they all know. They've all figured that one out recently. So it's I'm always like, I should multi-drop, right? And I do a triple drop in, and there's like 6 cannons and 3 batteries, and I'm like, turn around, run. I think, honestly, you just try to take pristine engagements, and you just kind of carefully macro up. Zombie Grub's a beast in the main engagements.
I guess.
And like you just at some point the Protoss will try to force the issue too much, and Zombie Grub will set up a 270-degree surround, and she will sandwich the shit out of that army.
I think it'll be a 520 surround, personally.
Ooh, there's a double overlap on one side. I like it.
Yeah. She's going to do the Tony Hawk surround, the 720.
Ooh.
No, Ravi's feeling sick today. He's having the day off. Bless his cotton socks. I get it. I've had a few me days this week. Well, not a few. I've had one. I was meant to do a podcast with Pig the other day, so I guess I have had a couple.
I was kind of tired that day as well, so.
Yeah, I was just like, ugh. I I was just saying, like, when when your phone's on like 2% battery and it's just screaming at you to stop, like, please plug me in, stop using me. That's what my body felt like.
Oh my.
My goodness. Oh, that's a bit of EMP right there. Okay, well, I guess this Protoss didn't want it. I guess he didn't want to win this game after all. He just stood there.
He's got
there and take it.
He's
Oh
got
my God.
Yeah. I was like, no, he's got so much money. There's like 2 more of those fights we need to win, right?
Okay, I just saw the storms rip. Okay. Sorry, ZG. It's just rust.
This felt like a very bad game. I haven't liked it since basically the beginning when my barracks or supply was late.
He finally got charged. Yep, just kicked in that charge at 15 minutes. It's pretty standard in PvT. You just chill and blink for 15 minutes.
Wasn't
It's a
it?
17-minute game, but this is the type of game that is like, I'm like, oh, I feel terrible.
My favorite was Zest fans
Shake it
being
off.
like, no,
Back up, GG.
it was
Shake it off.
tactical. He forgets charge every game because he doesn't want them to run ahead of his ranged units. And I'm like, no, guys, Zest forgot.
Oh my God.
Every time.
I was actually going to tell you guys. I told my chat about I was streaming Doom yesterday that usually I'm very good about not, like, I went to Team Liquid to check the events pages and see who's streaming. I'm usually very good about not looking at the threads, but one of them said, "Is Cyril the GOAT?" And I was like, "Oh no, not again."
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, all right, you got me. I'll click on it, and I clicked on it. First of all, OP was like, kind of silly. I'm like, this has already been said 1,000 times before. And then I made the worst mistake. It was like 1 time out of 100, I will scroll down past the OP and read a comment or 2. And did it solidify that was a mistake when I did that? Oh my God! There was someone in there that was non-ironically arguing that Dong Regu is the GOAT because he was good in 2012 and also just won in GSL.
Oh, disgusting.
and there was another person that said that Cyril hasn't won any tier 1 tournaments. He's won like 2.
He hasn't won any tier 1 tournaments?
Tier 1 tournaments. I think he doesn't consider GSL versus the World or Home Story Cup or WCS tier 1 tournaments.
Jesus Christ.
Like, I read part of the comment, and then I got that far, and I'm like, oh, no, nah, that's it. And then I closed the thread, and I'm like, this was a mistake.
I'd love to see who they propose as well.
And it always will be a mistake.
And they're always going to be like, well, it's innovation because he has the most GSLs, or whoever it is that has the most GSLs at this point. And they'll always be like, because GSL is worth infinitely more. And yeah, it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's true that there is very different formats, though, right? Like the fact that there is more of a weekender format for the over international scene and more of a preparation format for GSL plays into it, but I think is overemphasized by people.
Yeah, Arc Revenant in my chat actually kind of nailed it. It's like, I guess he made nearly $1 million in prize money from playing tier 2 tournaments. So
he basically just
that Cyril always plays spamming tournaments.
They have a good welfare system. Those Finnish people enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah, WCS Welfare Championship League.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
So since
a lot of people were complaining about that countdown.
I have no strong feelings for or against it.
I really wanted it. I mean, they need to have it, but I laughed my ass off when I saw that thread. They're like, petition to make the countdown less aggressive. I just read it in that voice and I couldn't help. I'm like, it is a bit aggressive. But you see it in a Reddit thread, in text, someone saying it, and oh man, I died.
It's that World of Warcraft South Park voice where he's just like, can you cast an intimidating shout? Don't forget to burn your cooldowns. Like that kind of, you're on TeamSpeak with your WoW grade guild kind of way of speaking. Can you make the countdown a little bit less offensive?
Oh, hello. Oh, I've got some race. That's why he's here. I'm like, he's cannon rushing. I'm like, wait, no, he's not.
He just doesn't know what you is.
He don't know what I is. What you doing, boy?
Also, I don't know if you guys have seen a lot of that high-level PvP lately, but it seems like on Pillars of Gold and and Golden Wall, the gold maps basically, Golden Wall, Pillars of Gold, high-level Protosses, at least in Korea, going 1 gate expand, and both of them always block each other's expansions, and then always put a Cybercore on that pylon. And I'm like, why would you ever 1 gate expand if this happens every single game and you can't stop it? Isn't it actually a faster Nexus if you just go 2 gate? I mean, I'm not a high-level player, but I'm pretty sure it is. Why would you ever do that?
Yeah, that is
You're attacking your probes. Watch your mineral line.
I didn't quit follow.
So when you 1 gate, you want to fast expand, but every single game that I cast, so I cast a lot of PvPs recently, thanks to Ling League, on Pillars of Gold and Golden Wall, they will always pylon block the natural and then put a Cybercore on the natural, on that pylon, like offensively, to block the natural even more. And it happens every time to both players on both sides. Every time they would try a 1 gate expand, it would happen. And you can't stop it. You cannot stop them from blocking your natural. So I was just like, well, why bother even 1 gate expanding? You don't get a faster Nexus than if you go 2 gate. That's my point. I will also add the asterisk, the caveat, that PvP is the matchup that I know the least about. Just as before chat gets upset with me.
Well, it sounds like something that's a very recent development. Like Pillars of Gold even being expanded on is kind of a new thing. And I guess they're trying to make it work, and now the inevitable counter comes in. So. And it's gonna go back to being 2 gates all the time.
Combat awaits.
Just feels like the flow of meta to me.
Your probes are getting wrecked.
I was expecting the countdown timer to be kind of
Your base
obnoxious.
is under attack again.
And then I played it, and I barely even
Your probes are under attack.
Yeah, like it doesn't. I know it pops up directly in your face, unless like, oh, a countdown, and my brain forgets it exists within a second of the game starting.
Yeah. I don't know if it's different because we're streamers, so we're like watching chat anyways, but yeah, I was like, oh, this isn't bad at all.
I don't know if that was cheating. I guess he was pretty behind.
Yeah, he was trying to do my fancy build. I was trying this for a few weeks, and I decided it was just dumb. And I was like, no, just build a second gateway, delay the Stargate if I want to go Phoenix. Can I play another one, guys?
Yeah. Ariel A says the countdown has cost me 2 million MMR. I think you have to play ladder for MMR to be up for grabs with the countdown timer there.
Someone was complaining about it, a program. They're like, why? No one asked for this. This is stupid, and there's still balance issues or something. Skillless was like, well, actually, it's great. You know, we've all been in lobbies with like 14 casters, and one of them has a wooden computer, and you're on the loading screen for 3 minutes, and then the game just starts, and you're like, you're ready to split your workers and start the whole time, and you have no idea when the game's actually going to start.
You're staring at a loading bar.
So that's just shit. Yeah, so for me, just having 3 seconds to see my race and just go, oh, cool, I'm playing this matchup. That alone.
Good luck. Have fun.
Massive.
Yeah. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
I'd say I'm 60-40 in favor of countdown.
Yeah.
I get why people don't like it, but I like it.
But like,
So
isn't it just the aesthetic of how it's being implemented? Isn't that the only argument against
Yeah,
it?
they
Or is
don't
there-
like it's loud and bright and like in your face.
Yeah, but like if they just got rid of that, there's no argument against it, right?
There's always an argument for everything.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
of
I'm
course.
sure there's one person, but I mean an argument that's worth listening to, right?
Well, when you put it that way. Also, this is golden, so rush him, please. Otherwise, this will be a 50-minute game.
Yeah, I know. I killed him earlier today, and part of me is going, ooh, I can't use the same build again. You gotta remember, golden literally never adapts. It's always just try to get 80 drones and into muters. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing that I always do, which is try to hit him with a lot of immortal Archon charge lot and an immortal or two.
Attaboy.
He's gonna have some
That's
Roach
the spirit.
Ravager. He's gonna have about 1,000 Zerglings, which look really good until they run into a bunch of charge lots and Archons.
True. So I'm playing
down.
Roddy. I'm playing Roddy and Nate's team tonight. War Chest Team League. Are you guys both playing tonight, or you got to buy?
I got 3 matches on Sunday night. I think, are we playing first up Zombie Grub, I think?
I think so, and then I played a Muslim after.
Wait, Sunday night?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sunday morning. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm gonna be up
Why?
so late.
Oh, I'm not playing Sunday. Sick.
Yeah.
Yosh! Because I don't like doing anything on the weekend. Yeah.
It's good policy to maintain sanity.
Well, it's a very strong one too. I'm like, unless I'm getting paid an obscene amount of money, I'm not going to do anything on the weekend. It's usually my build.
Oh well,
So,
you cast stuff on the weekend though. You'll do like EPT
Yeah.
and stuff.
For a nominal fee.
Glory. We are.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a lot of the EPT Oceanic Taiwanese Chinese stuff again this season, and it's like a month away now. It's not very far away at all.
Yeah, I gotta. And with War Chest Team League, and I'm probably gonna say yes to a bunch of those as well. I'm like, gonna have a bit of a different stream schedule over the next month.
Forward. Let none deter us. The Templar.
Confirmed, Maynard is a complete sellout with no passion. That's right.
Yep.
Yep.
I have met the enemy. Give us your command.
Maynard is very, very blessed and lucky in that he can choose to do and not do things.
Combat away. Yes.
There's that dank shrine, attaboy. Get her done. I think Zep was the one who really brought passion. You know, Zeph and I both get paid, right?
Where shall we march? Towards a
I actually usually argue to make sure that my co-casters are getting exactly what I get as well. It's usually how I roll.
Well, that's because Maynard gets criminally underpaid. Making
I'm
thousands
the-
of dollars every count.
I'm the Scottie Pippen of StarCraft commentators.
Hey, I understand that reference.
Yeah! Watch the same documentary. There it is.
Is that the Michael Jordan thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like in one of the earlier episodes, they addressed that like Scottie Pippen was like the second best player in the NBA behind Michael at that point, and he was like on a really like a that's right, yeah, something like that, which is insane.
Yeah. The whole thing, like, because I actually like I am one of those few people who isn't, I don't already know the ending. Like, I don't know if they win the championship or not.
Oh, okay.
But I also don't know if like what actually ended up being the reason that they disbanded, like what people would agree on. You know, it's like that guy is just a dickhead basically, which is kind of what it seems like.
Yeah.
That guy was an asshole.
Jerry. He feels like the antithesis of what basketball is. Is this really slumpy man? I'm like, he's like,
I didn't want to body shame, but I'm just like, oh, you look like you're gonna be the bad guy. You know, like this is a movie, and they made
he seems like
spindly.
Like he actually looks like it. Like if you cast a villain in an NBA sports story, like a fictional one, that is who you would put as a fictional character, because he is like physically anti-NBA. He's very, very short. He's round, and he looks like really unfit. Whereas NBA people are usually tall, lanky, really athletic. He's like the complete opposite of that. So he looks like a villain.
Well, he just looks. He doesn't look very well put together. Is the thing, right? Like, it's one thing to be like, you know, bigger, and you still wear like, you know, especially if you get paid well, which he absolutely does, and you still wear like, you know, nicely tailored suits, and you know, you have like a nice haircut, and you're not constantly like, I guess, looking like you're sweating on camera all the time, and it just feels like every single shot they have of that guy, he always just a little bit unkempt. Like it really does feel like it was a movie, and they like
Jerry Krause. There it is, Jerry Krause.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. And I guess he died like in the last 20 years, right? Because they didn't have any updated footage from his
potentially, or he's just not down with going on a documentary that makes him look like not a very nice guy.
Well, because it was like the last interview that they had was from like 2002 or something.
Oh, okay, yeah, true. Yeah, you might be right. I mean, you know, Michael wasn't exactly put in a good light in this. Like, he is as like an athlete, but like as a person, he's definitely talked about by teammates like very like openly about being a pretty rough person to be on a team with.
Oh, he died 3 years ago.
Oh, okay, there you go.
He lived till 77.
That is pretty decent. I'll tell you what, 77 is a good innings for someone that's like pretty rotund, I think. Like, he got a, you know, it's pretty heavy guy. Not well put together is my favorite new insult. You know what? That is a good insult. This outfit makes you look not very well put together.
That's what it comes down to, right? Like, so often people will just easily be like, well, that guy's fat, so, you know, that's the reason he looks kind of bad. And it's like, it's very often, even with like skinny people, it's with
they're attacking your base.
There are skinny people that dress like shit and look terrible.
Everyone finds their haircut, everyone finds their tailored suits, everyone finds the look that works for them, and some people...
All right, the Golden found a way to end it early. No tempo archives, no upgrades. One more.
Your pylon is under attack.
Babe, does my butt look big? Your butt looks not very well put together. Feels bad when you got that 1300 gas bank and you can't really spend it.
Is that even really a question that anyone asks anymore?
What?
Like, I believe it was a question, but I just feel like butts haven't really been appreciated as
but butts are like, there definitely was a period where butts were, you know, it was considered aesthetic for it to be smaller.
Sure, yeah, but that hasn't been the case. Yeah,
for like
a while,
for like 30 years plus at least. Yeah.
Like, so is that even? Does anyone even ask that question anymore?
As soon as butt implants kicked in, it's like, okay, we don't care if it's big or not anymore.
Hey, your base is under attack, man.
Big butts greater than other butts. Correct, Tin Fox. Correct. Objective truth.
I like a lifted butt, you know? That's the thing. You can ask if your butt looks
Yeah.
That's the good question.
Yeah. Does my butt look flat or flat? How are you enjoying this conversation with this ladder game, Pig? Do you feel like it's complementing the action pretty well?
Yeah, he's dead.
There's big booties on the planes. Don't ask. GG.
I had a 32 kill, 24 kill Archon pair. No, not quite the one I had against Starkiller, where they had 186 kills, I think it was, between two Archons, but
Oh my god.
that was the game. That was
I
the
did
game.
see that get tweeted about. Didn't see the games, unfortunately.
It was very funny. I think I marked it to put up on YouTube as its own thing, so it should go up there over the next week. for
Flabby
anyone who's
butt's
keen.
good. Define flabby Halifax, because I think that a butt with jiggle is great, but some people would consider that flabby.
So the way it goes, I have a way to describe this, right? If it's how to say, like, because it's better with an imagery, but you're not watching my camera, obviously. So,
You showing
but
your butt
if
off?
it's like no, I'm not. But if it goes down
Monka.
to an angle, like if it goes from like flat to large at the bottom, I think that's the bad butt. Okay, but if there's like a curve to the butt, that's good, even if it jiggles. Or I would even argue if it kind of goes up a little bit at the end on the top is better too. But if you have like an incline leading down to your legs, that's the bad butt.
I'm queuing, by the way. I got a little round butt, so.
Well, you know,
I was good in the '80s, and I would have been good now. So I'm happy to be alive.
You know what makes a butt not good, no matter what it looks like? It is one thing. It's called Sweaty Fart Soup, who's just tipped $4.20. Thank you very much, Sweaty Fart Soup. Appreciate that.
A tip as well for 420 from level 69 butt plug with 420 girth.
Thank you, fam. We appreciate the love, guys. Thank you, Red Rum, for the sub as well. And oh my god, someone was asking, can you still cybercore block if you go 2-gate in PvP versus just 1-gate? I have no idea. I've never done the gateway block, so
I don't think so.
that's the sort of question you guys might not realize because you think they're so famous and they're above you. But if you actually tweet that sort of question at Showtime or something like that very nicely, there is a chance you will have a top pro gamer just be like, yeah, you can do that. It's fine.
They are generally very happy to talk about StarCraft things with people if they have genuine
you have a
in-game
specific
questions.
StarCraft question. Don't ask them, how do I beat Protoss?
Yeah.
In fact, I'd say that Mana is one of the best, even like for stream as a professional streamer that will answer every question in chat. Snoop was that guy for Zerg. He doesn't really stream anymore, but like their chat interaction is actually really, really, really good. Like Mana entertains some very it's actually to a fault. Like he will entertain some very dumb responses. Very dumb questions, rather, not dumb responses. But
yeah,
I'm like, Mana, you have to let this go, and he'll answer.
Yeah.
It. I'm like, oh no.
Sometimes I find myself getting dragged down that tunnel. I'm like, no, why are we? No, no. Speaking of not just asking how to beat Protoss, No Regret pops up in chat, says, how do I beat Protoss?
Well, Jake, when we figure it out, we'll let you know.
Well, it's only 3 days from now, in plus 1 hour from now, whatever time that is in your local time zone, everyone watching. So 1 hour from now, that time, 3 days from now, Haas first No Regret, best of 9. The cheese down is back. So I'm going to be casting that. That was a goal for one of our little challenges a while back, one of our little sponsorships. So finally, Jake is out of isolation. They said he's got a lot of creep tumors. There's way too many banelings for, just a single dude alone to have spread across his body. But they let him out of ISO, and now he's back at home, ready to play.
If you don't want to wait that long, Harding's going to show you how it's. Oh, rather, TY's going to show you how it's done in GSL.
What opponent did we get, Maynard?
TVP.
Nice. We 3-racks in it?
I'm going to. Yeah, I forgot the other build on it. I said to myself that I would spend some time on Uthermal's YouTube, so I didn't embarrass myself. But I didn't find the time. So
well, do it for like TVT or
across
something.
the old builds.
3-racks good, man. Never go away from the 3-racks. Don't abandon it. Sometimes a new hot thing comes along. It looks flashy. You think maybe I'll trade in the old for the new. But I think commitment long term is what's really worthwhile, Maynard. Is there a second gas in there?
No.
I find there's a lot of players in Diamond who just 2-gate expand and just yeah. So as long as you get an early bunker. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. He'll do a little poke with 2 stalkers.
Yeah.
Do you want a Codes Zerg to backseat as well? I've got some sick Terran input to drop. Okay, wait. I think I can channel you without actually getting you in the corner, right? Maynard, you didn't place your barracks properly. You had to lift off. Your reactor's 4 seconds delayed. It's GG.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Reaper's 0.1 seconds late.
Pro gamer
GG.
commentary. I get it. I get it.
I understood that reference.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. Wookiee monster.
No expansion.
You're asking me geopolitical questions outside of the Kaprulu sector. I don't have a lot of input.
I actually might be getting some. There might be some proxy tech out there, boys.
There might be. Maybe even a proxy Stargate. Might want to go scout with that SCV, just put in the mineral line.
Maybe, baby.
Speaking of specific questions, you guys will love this. So Rathers is one of my Protoss students. Says he plays a guy at Diamond 1 who does 3 racks. And he's like, okay, cool. But then every game, the guy then expands to a planetary fortress in the corner and a planetary fortress in the third at the same time.
Amazing.
Masses tanks behind walls and then goes mass BC.
Oh. Build missile turrets. I'm afraid. I'm scared. If it wasn't a proxy Stargate or a proxy Robo, it was just a proxy pylon.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
one turret at the front would be a good idea for show. Or that one like tucked kind of halfway between the main and the natural. I like that one too. But whatever works. Don't think this boy is going to have a prism, but you never know.
Weirder things have happened.
Honest advice for that situation.
Oh, it's just 3 getting you!
Drill, boys, drill!
Up to the high ground!
Get to the high ground and you've still got a decent
Abandoned
shot.
ship.
Yeah.
Oh, or tap out.
Can we see what he it was just 4 gates and he like had a nexus but was going for the attack.
It was
Oh my
4 gate.
lord.
It was 4 gate, not 3 gate.
Jeebus.
You're gonna do another one, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, bringing out the classic. Guy's coming back from Wins Liberty. He's probably that guy in Reddit that was like, I'm back after not playing for 9 years, and I gotta
Haven't
say
played
that
some
StarCraft 2
Wings,
is
but here's
worse.
my opinion on how that game went.
Literally. That's the Reddit thread.
Well, let's actually break down that question from Sarathes. Literally put a probe there so your opponent can't build a command center in the corner. You just kill the SCV with a probe. Put another probe at his third and do the same thing there. And then take 6 bases and make 1,000 of anything. Because battle cruisers aren't a problem. It's just a scaling issue. It's just take 5 bases and make lots of stuff. Blinkstalkers ruin BCs until they get like 2/2 upgrades and like 10 BCs. And even then, if you can still beat them with Blinkstalkers. Like battle cruisers are a problem in endgame, but endgame is like when the map is kind of split and there's like planetary tank turret everywhere, and like that unit just wins with efficiency and its ability to like kill a base and teleport away. But there's like 20 minutes between a 3 racks and that happening, where you can get up 100 probe economy, 26 gateways with 3/3 and make as much charge lot stalker as you want. So as always, whenever the problem is someone turtling into late game units, it's you either learn how to kill them quicker or you learn how to just be way greedier and make units. And everyone in that situation always says, but the carriers are too strong or the infestors are too strong. And usually the problem there is psyching yourself out. Like 99% of the time, you're mind screwing yourself like 7 minutes before those units actually get on the map. And your macro sucks balls because you're kind of like unconfident and afraid of what's going to happen next. Space Nod? Yeah, uses Space Marines. Taste my drill. We forgot our orbital.
Yeah, I'm doing it now. I I was just like, oh, I can expand faster. I was excited about that.
There was actually a meta where everyone was chronoing the early adepts across, and like TY and stuff would be like, oh, I'm going to build one more SCV, go command center first, then orbital, just so that I can get the CC finished a few seconds quicker. It was a long time ago, but I remember just seeing that, and I was like, whoa, he fucked his build up. And then like I saw it finish as the adept came in, and I was like, oh, it was on purpose.
Yeah, probably don't need a bunker.
Oh, what a hero probe. Tries to lead you away from his friends. Silly stalker.
Reading Reddit sometimes.
You what?
Reading Reddit.
No. Nope.
Ay.
Not even.
Did you open a spoiler tagged comment, Zombie Grub?
Spoiler? No.
Okay.
Why?
Like you know, like the bottom of the thread where things are like
yes,
downvoted.
actually.
You did,
Yeah,
didn't you?
I did that. Yeah.
Naughty.
Never a good idea. The
I
top
usually
5
don't,
comments are already
but,
bad enough.
The thing is that I figured that this person who was downvoted so much that it's hidden would actually be defending, and trying to be nice, and I was right, which is also disappointing. But yeah.
We need 2 more gases. We forgot our double gas.
Mate.
Are you trying to backseat him or something? Get the fuck out of here!
What the hell? What I forgot was combat shield. You should have been yelling at me about that. Dickhead.
Preference.
It's all right.
Never
I would just do a
Brandon
pokey
got all the way
poke.
down.
Yeah, I think is this guy just going Colossus or what? Oh, it looks like
it.
Looks like
yeah.
quick
Yeah,
robo, no
yeah.
twilight.
I think that might have been a dark shrine.
Yeah, who puts a second pylon back there in that position?
Yeah.
I thought it was a
That's
shield
weirdly-
battery actually, but
Yeah,
I
it'd be a
don't know.
weirdly late dark shrine. Like it's not even finished at 5:15.
oh, don't try to judge build orders, Zombie Grub. Come on.
I mean,
Late.
You're right. You're right. I can imagine a late dark shrine, as in like he messes up the build order.
It's a shield battery.
This felt like a, oh, I fucked up. Why not go for a dark shrine timing, which is also viable, but
Fair
good
enough.
scan.
No, good pullback on the Marines. Like the third's delayed for him. We just got a macro, put guys on gas, and like get up our starport and stuff. This is a very different version of the 3 racks follow up. This is.
I've forgotten how to do it properly. That's why.
Oh, okay. Because it's kind of cool. You get a much quicker third CC. You've just got a big window now where you've got to just chill because your medevacs are super delayed. But that's actually fine because I think most people, it's their economy that really messes them up with this build. Infested Terran war chest skins. Oh, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, we've got Simulant Zerg. Why not, right? We should totally have an Infested Terran skin set. That's actually a really good idea. I'd pay for that.
I'd buy that for $1.
So, what did you guys get up to in the campaign yesterday? What progression was there? Was it a fighty dungeon crawling episode where you're in a city.
Actually, not that much fighting.
D&D campaign.
Not that much
Yeah,
fighting.
they actually managed to correctly choose which door to go through to limit the amount of fighting.
Through sheer luck
So-
or actual deduction?
Sheer luck.
No,
Okay.
no deduction.
Yeah. Sheer luck.
Always luck.
And they faced a shadow, which I didn't let them level up, and then they went on their path to the Gulthias tree, and now they're about to face the big baddie. They're actually at the end of the Sunless Citadel campaign.
Awesome.
So that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Who's
A big battle.
who's the most useless in battle so far? So there's always one who
Useless in
drags
battle?
drags the
Well,
chain.
There's
yeah.
a NPC character that they would say is pretty useless.
Finally, she admits
But
it.
I don't think he's that useless.
What's his
Pretty
name?
helpful, all right?
What's his
Erky
name?
Timbers, okay? He's so helpful, all right? He's just a little, like, do-gooder gnome, I think. Yeah, or dwarf. I think it's a gnome.
It's your NPC.
Well, it's the fucking, pre-made campaign, so. Anyways, he's been helpful, but he's a bit of a creep.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
goes to
he's
the.
kind of-
When he does the healing hands, those childlike hands go straight for your buns.
Yeah,
Give it a little bit of a once over.
got a bit of a massage.
Oh
But
my.
he is helpful.
You guys do that on the same day every week at the moment? Every second week?
Every week
Oh, okay.
is
Dark
what
Horse, yeah.
we've been able to do.
Just gonna try and go for a poke here. Just remind me to load up 1 medevac, go for a drop, and then
Yeah, if you guys want to follow that D&D campaign, it's over on zombiegrub stream. Starting in around a few hours from now yesterday?
Yeah, a
Awesome.
couple hours from now yesterday. So
That's how my brain works. I'm sure 50% of people appreciate me wording time like that for time zones, and the other half are like, what the fudge did you just say?
yeah. Thank you. Backspace. Yeah.
oh.
Well, that was the ultimate one where he sold you. He's like, "Oh, my storm's not done." And you're like, "I guess we go back in." He's like, "Ha!" It was. I'm like, "Oh my god."
Horrible mistake.
He's only got 3 bases, right? So I think you could. You got so much money. I think you'll be fine if you can just keep like queuing up medevacs and dropping and stuff. Yeah. Your macro's on fire, man. I'm starting to realize that you're just the macro god, Maynard. What the fuck? Seriously, you always have a gigantic army and a gigantic economy. You're actually
I
a
was laughing at
macro
Maynard
specialist.
laughing. Scarlet
Yeah.
isn't actually quitting StarCraft 2. I mean, if she continues to get better and better at Brood War, maybe she will.
Did she
Fuck.
talk about quitting?
No, she hasn't. She's just gotten really good at Brood War really fast.
I saw she played like a show match like with Tasteless and stuff, and
Tassels, yeah. She's
Sounds
almost a
about-
code S, and well, I don't I don't
not-
know if.
Well,
Oh, sorry, not code S, but
Yeah.
anyways,
I know what you meant.
and I don't know if she's in Canada now, because she did have to. Like everyone has to leave Korea eventually. She's got to stay a little bit longer.
Scarlett's insane at games. She's like big brain.
Yeah, she's just
Oh yeah,
good.
she's very naturally talented at these
Yeah,
RTSs, especially.
it's like hard work does matter a lot, and she definitely commits hard, but she like figures games out very quickly. She's very smart.
We can't afford to lose an NA pro from StarCraft 2. I think we, as in StarCraft 2, would be fine, although sad. I just feel like good luck actually making money playing Brood War, even in Korea,
Yeah.
without having a really super strong stream.
Like, you got to remember that if you go pro in Brood War, you will eventually be facing people that have been playing the game for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
Like, Flash is still active.
So is he actually debuted as random yet?
No, he's going to soon. He literally had his first announcement he was going to debut as random a couple days ago.
He announced that he was gonna do it a while ago. It
Well,
was
he
like
was,
his
like,
next
training
challenge.
for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he was kind of like, I'm gonna start training random. All right.
Yeah, and then he played like a couple of show matches, and I think like the team league they're doing right now, he was all Terran, but it's like soon TM. ASL is actually taking a long hiatus. Like Tasis is always asked like when is ASL coming? When is ASL coming? And he's always like, I know, but I can't tell you. So for like the last 2 months, I figured it would be announced like soon, right? Soon TM, soon TM. It just hasn't.
Yeah.
Been.
Well, that was actually a sick engage.
There's a lot of Marauders in there.
Get behind the libs. I think you could have stayed there and just held the position, I think. Yeah, I think just hold down that Marauder and Marine key, because we've got so many barracks, we can actually like hold them down. Yeah. This is like that point where everything Day 9's taught us about not queuing up extra units gets completely thrown out the window. I want to see 4 Marauders on each barracks. 4!
Some Dota 2 commentator? Psh. Actually, I don't think he's ever commentated Dota 2.
No, he's hosted.
Yeah. He's Machete's roommate, right?
Huh?
You guys didn't see that Magic the Gathering ad he did? Where him and Machete are housemates, and he's like playing, and Machete's like backseating him, and he's like, "Man, you gotta use the Llanowar elves," and yeah, it was kind of brilliant.
Is this like Machete as in the same universe as Spy Kids Machete?
I always forget the actor's name. What's his
Danny Trejo?
Danny Trejo. Yeah, Trejo.
Danny Trejo.
Yeah.
Machete.
Yeah.
He is. It's literally the same universe as Spy Kids. It's the most important thing I've taken away.
I never watched Spy Kids.
Oh, this is great.
Okay, we need to start spamming Vikings. This guy's going super ham on Colossi.
It's time to split your army up as well. You've got so much production. If you just split your army in two and start taking out economy, and then when your Vikings are ready, and like I wouldn't be dropping, I'd just be moving stuff on the ground.
Oh,
Like,
really?
drops
Okay.
are just unnecessary micro. Yeah.
Okay.
So kill those pylons that are all around the map, man. Fucker. Get the fuck out of here.
Every time I talk to Estrella about TVP, I'm like, pylons! Pylons on the edge of the map. Estrella is so good. Did you guys see his comeback first stream? Well,
I did. I watched it. I was watching it while also trying to pay attention to the one actually going on live.
I was like
waiting for my match to start.
we were like, well, cool. We definitely won't need an ace match for this
Oh,
one.
I can't beat that
And
army.
then it was
Jesus
like,
Christ.
Go around.
You don't underestimate Marauders versus that army if you get a concave. That is.
You're a Terran. You should know better. I can't beat this army. Wait, yes, I can. I totally can.
Remember,
Sorry,
guys,
Zombie Grub.
all that
I'm
matters
sorry,
in
Zombie Grub. I guess you were right after all.
all that matters in StarCraft is confidence, guys.
What are you crazy? Where are you going, guys?
Oh, I don't know. It's bait.
Yeah, don't go up that ramp. I'll need that concave. No, get the concave! More medevacs too.
I'm maxed out.
Just kill a few Marauders.
Well, yeah, kill a few Marauders.
There we go. He helped you out.
Thanks, mate.
Shift Q some of those Marauders that are... Oh, you need to F2 a little bit. Oh, concave.
F2'd?
Concave! Concave! Concave!
Where?
It's not a concave.
In
It's
which
not a
choke
concave.
point shall I concave into, Zombie Grub?
This one.
It's gonna be another one of those I died.
691. Are you real? I was like, what?
Okay. It's another one of those I died with thousands of minerals in the back game. Fuck. Annoying. Someone else play.
Okay, I'll play.
I'm gonna take a wee. Zombie Grub's up.
You know what? Kind of feel like playing Protoss. Were you being facetious about that statement, Elish? Or do you actually believe that? I'm confused.
Oh,
I
I
got a
missed the statement. I just
PvP.
let it.
Fuck, can I just leave this one?
Sure, you can.
Today I learned you can leave during the countdown.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Yep. In honor of us losing to Protoss, I will play Protoss.
It's all right, chat. You don't have to help me feel better. First of all, nothing you say makes me feel better, and second of all, actually, you know what? Just the first thing. I'll just say, second of all, you don't have to worry about me because I shake things off like within seconds. Even if I look upset or annoyed or whatever in a game, I'll be fine within seconds. I'm fine now.
I like to tell people that I don't like to be consoled. I'd rather them rage with me. Oh, it's the fucking PvP!
I don't want anyone to rage with me or console me.
I want rage with me.
I would prefer rage with me if I had to choose, for sure. That story you had about me telling the doctor poggers made me laugh my ass off. Yeah. It scared me. It was a big moment, 11's121, where I realized that I'd been on the internet too much. Is ZG Beyond? She's Dalinar. Not Beyond. She's playing Beyond.
Thank you, Hello Zergling.
I feel completely apathetic to your recent games. There you go, Mustak. That's it.
There you go.
There you go.
We need to measure up rule analyticals who's phased out. Well, you're just wrong.
Yeah.
So, congratulations on being wrong. It's okay, though. Some of us are wrong.
Why are you not in squad with the other two? I should be, Luke Hicks. I accepted the squad invite.
He was.
I never left it, so I should be there. Your play is neither good nor bad. It's simply play. Exactly. Ooh, a cannon rush. Oh, you got a probe inside of the wall there. It's unfortunate for that guy. A
Is
cannon.
it real, though? It wasn't real.
Is it real? Oh no, it's not real. It's a gateway.
Yeah.
Debated.
Hey, Luke Hakes. Apparently, Maynard, you're not in the squad stream.
Huh. What I was. I accepted the invite.
Let me take a little look-see. See if you...
Is this one of those things where a guy in chat's just like, stream muted? And he's like, lol, it was me.
No,
Sorry.
it still says invite sent, so I'm going to cancel your invite and I'm going to re-invite you.
I accepted it. I definitely accepted it. I got that pop-up, pop-up, and I was just like, accept.
Yeah, I just
accept.
clicked.
I clicked it again.
Yeah. There we go. You should be in there now. Yeah. Probably
All
just
right,
bugged.
yep.
Probably just bugged out or whatever. Who knows?
Sorry, single guy who watches squad stream. You can watch it now.
Thank you, Luke. I really appreciate you saying that. It's
Yeah,
much
thank
better
you,
for people on mobile. Maynard does hate you guys because he says, "Where the famous time people said, can't you just set up squad stream, Maynard? Please, like honestly, it's just easier for us to watch." And he said, "Do you not have computers?"
Yeah. And then a guy in a red shirt came over to my house, and he's like, "Is this an April Fool's joke?"
Maynard has had many job offers to work on the Diablo mobile team at Blizzard, by the way.
Yeah. Look, you guys think you want classic StarCraft, but you don't. All right. Get him, ZG. PvP this guy's
trying.
P off. I want you to PvP his P. Take it out. Take it out. Put it in the dumpster.
So aggressive, Maynard.
Huh?
So aggressive.
I just like seeing ZG win.
Me too. Naughty adept.
Oh my god, he let the shade finished. Well, it's dead now. Or is it?
Adept's the most annoying unit in the game.
Truly a brilliant unit, you know?
I remember when it first got introduced, I'm like, don't Protosses already have the Blink Stalker? I was like confused why the Adept was. I'm like, does this really do things that the Blink Stalker doesn't do? And then yes, turns out it does.
I just remember when they announced all the changes towards the end of Wings, and they were doing like little summit meetings with us at like IAM Gamescom and stuff, and I was like, wait, you're adding a floating hero unit that like overcharges Nexi and shit. I was like, and you can teleport stuff home with this recall. I was like, is this StarCraft or Warcraft 3, guys? And since then, it's like disruptors, everything. Like every unit has a special ability.
I'm going to address guy in the chat right here who says SC3 will be a mobile game. I strongly doubt Warcraft 4 or StarCraft 3, if they are ever made, will be mobile games. As much as Blizzard Activision have their dicks out for mobile games, I actually think that they, like, of all the dumb things they've done, that would be the dumbest thing ever. It would actually alienate almost the entire fan base. I mean, like 90% plus.
Yeah.
And if they truly only care, like truly only care about money. And I like to believe that there is at least a good part of Blizzard that cares about customers. There's a good part. Activision, probably not. But there is a good part of Blizzard that cares about their fan base. If they want to destroy what fan bases they have left in Warcraft, then they will release the next game on mobile. And I strongly doubt that's the case. I think they could do a spin-off, but a full sequel, absolutely not. Because they are story games with cinematics and that sort of stuff. It's a story game. That's an esport as well.
I think just Warcraft was so depressing what they did with the remastered release of that initially, that's where a lot of people's doubts come from. And that, I think what you've just said is truly the test to see if Blizzard has the ability to learn from their mistakes and understand that monetary value can go hand in hand with not releasing shit products, right? And the fact that like they've literally ruined part of the amazing reputation that Blizzard built up over so many years, and that is something so many companies would kill for. And it's a real shame that Blizzard has, it's obviously not an attempt to, but it comes off that way to a lot of the hardcore fans, or in fact it's just negligence in terms of realizing what they were doing by releasing unfinished products more and more, going from the company that will only release a perfectly polished product to a we're going to put this out because we need to get it out before the share market, review or whatever the hell it is.
So further proof, as it brought up in chat, and is honestly a brilliant response to anyone that says that StarCraft 3 or Warcraft 3 or Warcraft 4 will be a mobile game, is that Diablo 4 isn't. Yeah. And thank you very much, Ruff, for the raid, by the way. Appreciate that, mate. But yeah, like if they really only cared about mobile games, then Diablo 4 would be a mobile game, and it's not.
Ooh, I don't like my SimCity.
But yeah, I mean, the thing is, RTS is always going to be around as a genre. It's just one of those things where it's like, if you're like,
oh, damn phoenixes.
I think there's people who are like, we want RTS to have a revival, and it's kind of like people being like, yeah, when are we going to get jazz mosh pits going again? Like why is jazz not popular enough that we, like, why can we not get 80,000 people in a stadium moshing to jazz? And I'm like, wait, was it ever that way? And they're like, well, it was popular. I'm like, yeah, it was. And don't get me wrong, it would be great to have it get bigger again. But like, it's also like, it's not going to be football. It's not going to be pop music. StarCraft is not the pop video game. It's not. RTS games aren't. They're hardcore and awesome. And RTS on console is doable. I mean, I played an FPS on my Switch the other day, and I was like, wow, people do this. I was playing some Borderlands, which is a pretty cool game, but
I think possible is absolutely true. It's definitely possible to have an RTS on a console. I don't think any
good.
Good though. It's possible to have FPS on a console as well. Slightly better, but still, would I ever play a console FPS over a PC FPS? Fuck no. And I think a lot of people feel that way.
I can get coffee from McDonald's, technically as well. Like I can. There's a lot of things we could do. They're technically possible, but they will suck.
Yeah, Red Alert 3 was on console. StarCraft was on console. I'm pretty sure that one of the Command & Conquers was on console. I think CNC 3 was on console. I think I had it on PlayStation. CNC 3. And none of them are good. There was like a Halo one. Halo Wars?
Oh, Halo Wars. Yeah, of course. Well, obviously that's got to go on Xbox because, Microsoft.
Oh, of course, got to go on Xbox, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Command & Conquer 1 was on PS1. I actually remember playing it on PS1.
What the fuck is this Chad army? Is this Rotterdam?
This is
It's Roddy.
weird.
Yeah, it's Rodosmack.
Fucking-
Oh no, he got the pylon.
Well, the great thing about this army is like it's so powerful, and then like you get like a bunch of Archons, and they're like,
I was gonna
uh-oh.
say, I've got Archon here and win. What?
Yeah, people in this league aren't very good with the Phoenix openers.
True.
Generally.
They're all like maxed on energy the whole time and stuff.
They don't have any macro behind it, I think is what it is. Like, they might actually be decent at the harassment.
Maynard, did you ever
yeah.
play StarCraft 64? I didn't, but I've watched Artosis stream it on his stream, and it looked like a completely terrible time.
Well, that's just comedy hour. Artosis playing StarCraft on Nintendo.
Artosis and I had very similar opinions on CNC Remastered. So I feel like we would have similar opinions on what StarCraft 64 feels like. And I don't think there's anyone out there that's like, you know what, that felt great playing StarCraft 64.
I like playing
saying that.
over the shoulder, third person adventure games and combat games and stuff on console. They feel really good with a controller. There's certain games that feel good with a controller. RTS and FPS just aren't that because they require a finer level of control.
Yeah. Fighting games and third person action games like Souls games, I find really fun with a controller.
Yeah.
Specifically because of camera control and that sort of thing. I like having bumpers for like abilities, but even then, like Souls-like games are completely playable on PC as well.
Yeah.
Dude, what is this guy's army? What the fuck?
Yeah, this is a cannon battery boy for sure. I think you can overwhelm that though, even with the overcharge. Click the overcharge if you can.
Get him, CG. Fuck him good. Get him. Yes.
Yeah, this is the sort of player you like. I just take like 7 bases against and try to.
And here come the
swarm them
Phoenixes.
with
They're like,
DTs and
oh,
zealots and stuff.
no, we're not useful anymore. Yes, Queen, slay.
Does stasis even affect Archons? Because there's one over to that right of that pylon there, so be careful. Your incoming guys are gonna hit it.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Ah, it does hit Archons. Eh?
Oh, okay. Oh.
Phoenix
so
and
units can be
Immortals.
stasis.
You're meant to make
TIL.
Disruptors and Colossus here. So for anyone who wants to do Phoenix like mech style, there's units that kill Archons and Zealots. It's Colossus and Disruptors. Like Immortals kill Stalkers, but yeah. What else do Immortals do?
No, this is a new Terran skin. Those Archons are actually siege tanks. Okay, yeah. Trust me, I'm a Twitch streamer. I would never lie.
Even if a game is better with a controller, just plug a controller to the PC or else. Oh well, yeah. I play when I play Dark Souls, it's on my laptop and I just plug it in, and I have a
Same.
I have an Xbox controller type thing that I plug into my laptop. Yeah.
Whenever I play Rocket League with my boys or I play Dark Souls games on the PC, it is with a controller plugged in.
Yeah.
Why is there?
Yeah, that's a weird. I've just never realized that rock there on Ice and Chrome just stops you from getting a pylon on the back. I guess it stops you from like cannoning that side of the main, I guess. It's questionable. I don't know.
You know, for me, I just like the fact that we have equity here in StarCraft. The fact it's not just Terrans who can do Planetary Raven. You know, Protoss are trying to figure it out too. They're trying to make Phoenix, 14 shield batteries into Immortals. My favorite to play against is Rocker, who he just wants to make a base trade because he has 14 cannons and batteries at every single base. And if he can trick you into trying to base trade him, he'll win. And, you know, otherwise his mid to late game involves getting killed.
ZG, don't be like Maynard. Drop another 10 gateways.
I already did drop a bunch of gateways.
Okay, good. Don't lose like me with 3,000 minerals in the bank.
You had like 17 barracks, man.
maybe I just don't like queuing because I was just like, I had so much money still.
Yeah, I don't know.
I really wish I was better at macro.
I actually find it really hard to adjust to queuing like 10 Marauders at a time.
No GG. Shibal.
No GG.
Yeah. I feel like I've always won against people with Phoenix, even when I don't play very well. No one does them very well at this league.
Yeah, I'm really bad with Phoenix. I was trying to use them for like a week or two there, and I lost every PvP, and my MMR plummeted, and I was like, all right, well, nope. I'm just bad with them. We have new Maynard and Zombiegrub pictures on my stream here.
That's an updated Maynard right there with the DreamHack suit on.
Yeah.
Let's
Shout
move myself
out
so you
to
guys can see it.
Rexo for grabbing these. got one where zombie grub I think is like just grinning at chat or something. But I'm gonna shrink zombie grub and
like that.
make Maynard big so we can have a bit of a pouch set up.
Yeah, make me big.
My other one was old, but at least it was judging, just like I usually do.
That's the kangaroo with the kangaroo pouch. I had to teach someone the other day that only female kangaroos have pouches. They're like, what? They're like, I'm kangaroo man.
It's like,
And I'm like, kangaroo man shouldn't have a pouch. Why? I'm like, I hate to be the one to tell you. Too many pixels. Not enough pixels.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
I'm not gonna tell Race.
Good luck, have
That's
fun.
a tough draw.
We're gonna give me a tiny chance by forcing Nina to scout early.
Do male kangaroos have nipples? Yes.
Even Protoss have nipples and they photosynthesize, so like that's
right. I
literally
learned,
like if you're just checking out your pot plant and you're just like, does my palm have nipples?
Is it like because a Protoss is? I think they eat but through sunlight, photosynthesis, right?
Yeah.
So is the nipple a flower?
Well, I mean, a flower is what? Like its way of spreading seeds? Yeah?
Yes.
Are you saying it's a plant dick, mate? A dick zombie grub? Is that?
So do
Yeah,
Protoss,
I'm like, where are
is
we
the
going with this?
is the nipple a flower, and do Protoss come from there?
Oh no.
Tune in to the backseat.
Oh my god.
No, I mean I didn't realize until StarCraft 2 when they had that like Zeratul, and I'm like, oh damn, that's a nipple. Okay.
Well, they also gave Protoss like protein and a gym because they were skinny motherfuckers.
Yeah. Oh shit, that.
Before.
Yeah.
Well, to
like,
be fair, Raynor has clearly been hitting the steroids between StarCraft 1 and StarCraft 2.
Everyone's been lifting, dude. It was like you look at Reyna between Wings of Liberty, like, oh, I mean, that was a lot of years. I think it was real time, right? Like the StarCraft 2 campaign's meant to be like a decade later or something, or like more.
Yeah.
But anyway, so like Jim's been doing bench press the whole time, but the real huge improvement was Artanis. Look at Artanis 1998 versus Artanis in 2015. He is
Absolutely.
jacked. Oh my god. It's like
And you might
giant
be like-
mini arm.
You might be like, oh, it's because he had to fit in his Corsair or whatever you piloted back then. It was like,
Yeah.
no, if you look at the Zealots and they're supposed to look like in the cinematics, they're also really stupidly skinny. They're literally the aliens that like, the 1950s
Yeah,
stuff.
that's right. The skinny gray aliens with the big head.
and then they had to go the basically the StarCraft 2 path, which is to make everything kind of comically huge.
Mm-hmm. Artanis got an amazing tailor, an armorer, Cam Dog. An armorer, not a tailor. He's not wearing cloth. Actually, you know what? He's wearing a loincloth, so you're partially correct.
The best
I
kind
didn't
of
get to
cloth.
tell Alej why he was wrong as I was playing.
Oh, your favorite. Go. Do it.
Well, he was saying that Day 9 wasn't very committed to StarCraft 2 when he was casting.
Ah, that's super dumb.
Trying to find-
Yeah, what the fuck? He literally did the Day 9 daily while I was casting it. Wait, what?
He was never serious about StarCraft 2. It was just a cash grab. You could tell by his commentary. You couldn't pay him $10,000 USD to watch him play the game on stream.
Holy fuck. You know how much work the Day 9 daily was and how many dailies that guy did?
He was fucking insane. I never want to do a daily. Maynard keeps telling me that I didn't think a daily would work well. I think people would eat it up, guys. And I'm like,
I stand by that. It's a lot of work, yeah. I stand by that. I think you do great with the daily. No one's doing dailies anymore, and it's a show that I think everyone in StarCraft would eat up.
Watch your mineral line.
But yeah, like what the fuck? And also Day 9 did play ladder on his stream from time to time. I know because I used to watch every single Day 9 stream. Like when Halo the Swarm was first released, he was doing a bunch of customs and a bunch of ladder games on beta. Played campaign as well for every single
he
expansion.
continued watching StarCraft long after he stopped retiring.
Yeah, you'll notice that when he cast TSL 5, it wasn't stuff that he was
Research
saying.
finished.
Like maybe he didn't have the greatest analysis in the whole world, but it's not like what he was saying was wrong. So clearly he watches the games.
Yeah. No, and he tweets when there's a really exciting series and stuff. A lot of the older guys do still hang around the scene and enjoy watching it all and stuff.
Hmm. Even retired players will like very often just quietly watch.
Yeah, Nurture just comes out of the woodworks, talks about a game that happened, and then shows up for the qualifiers.
Yeah, there you go. And yeah, I'm actually, Tin Fox is correct. That's like, I'm pretty sure Day 9 actually does like team games quite often with the Day Nights. StarCraft 2 team games.
I wouldn't know that. I honestly never really watched a whole lot of Day 9. Like, obviously, I loved his commentary, and if there was like a particularly funny episode or something like that, like I would watch it. But I was never like, I wasn't a Day 9. I didn't participate in the mono battles or.
I never did either. I never participated. I never participated in anything for his community, but I was always a viewer of the daily. Like I would never miss it. Even at work, I would just have it on and listen to it in my headset, even if I wasn't watching.
You may not mean to come off as an asshole, but rather as one of those like guys who thinks he's smart because being pessimistic is smart.
Yeah, being edgy is cool. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're
Just gotta sand down those edges. Yeah. Sand down those edges, mate. You'll have a lot more friends.
Sand down those edges.
Sand down those edges. You'll hurt yourself.
Witty phrases from Maynard.
Oh no, a network error. Refresh.
Oh, just refresh. Yeah, that's been happening a lot
Refresh.
Very well.
That was scary. For a minute there, I thought I was going to have no content. Picasso, thank you for the $5. Says, hope you guys continue the ring of friendship forever. It's rare seeing more than 2 people getting along for so long.
Really?
Really? Really?
I've been best friends with my friends from middle school. So.
Yeah, and I actually I played Overwatch last night with some IRL mates that are like I used to be in a band with, and I have no interest in Overwatch. I did not enjoy the game whatsoever, but these guys have been my brothers for like multiple decades. I consider them blood brothers, even though we have no blood whatsoever related. I could do anything with them.
Upgrade complete.
Now I just think of what that guy's life must feel like. When you say that. So, I hope you have many friends for many years.
Let's say I hope you meet some real mates. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes 2 to tangle with a friendship, and you know, when people are really your friend, they'll go through the effort, I guess, to take that extra step.
When you're really friends, it like, for me anyways, it's like whether I haven't talked to you in a week or 6 months, whenever we do meet up again, it's like same old, you know?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
really
that's
well
exactly like. I actually haven't played any games with my bandmates since like I looked at the last time. It was like September 2019 was the last time we played games together, and the last night was the first time since then. So a solid, what is that? 10 months? Something like that. 10 months. So and when we caught up, it's like, hey man, how you doing? How's work? He's like, yeah, my kid's nearly 5. Big moments, blah blah blah, all that sort of life stuff. And then we just played games, and it was like old times. We just keep talking about getting the band back together. We want to play music again.
Wow. I feel like it's like a movie cliche. We're not gonna get a band back together, guys. It's gonna happen one day.
It's exactly what I say whenever I speak to them. Whenever they're in my Twitch chat, whenever I speak to them, it's like, I'm gonna get the band back together. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. They're like, yeah, we have kids. We can't just play music all night and drink anymore. I'm like, yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Deep down, everyone's got that inside of them. Yeah, try harder. That's right. Stop being such a dad. Goddamn Nina with her goddamn blink sparkers.
My name's Nina and I know how to micro good. Oh my god.
What's my micro? God, she's good. She's getting a lot done with blink stalkers.
Well, I'm just very lucky she doesn't know I have a third. I mean, like it would be so dead if she had any idea that was there. Yeah, she's gonna find it now. She's like, oh, well, let's get rid of that. I'm like, ah.
Tough to have old friends when you leave a religion where they disown you for leaving.
Oh my.
Well, I mean, yes.
Yeah, you're right.
But also, I would say that if that matters more, then they're not real friends, I guess. Oh, Nina.
I was talking to the oracles.
It's not every day you'll see an oracle at this time pick up a Nexus, but today we just saw it.
Getting
Wasn't like that
flashbacks to when she used to kill me with just oracles.
But put it this way, Slubberbub, if those people that you grew up with in that religion and you leave that religion and that's not what you believe in and they like care about that more than you, then you know, let's say that life has started anew now, huh? Let's meet some new people, some real friendies who don't care about that shit. Check it off. That's a lot of stalkers. God damn, Nina. Balls are out. It's time for the comeback.
She's gonna blink back into them. Check this out.
So be it.
I'm ready. This is super cool.
I'm ready.
It's so cool. So cool.
Oh, why we're going to the left? Coward / person who wants to win the game.
/ smart player. It's important that your friends like StarCraft too, though. You know what, Arc Revenant? I would say that that's not true, but when I think about it, in reality, everyone that I still keep in touch with does like StarCraft too. If they're not active, they at least like it.
Whoa! Not quite, not quite.
My
Okay.
friends don't really. They don't care about it.
Yeah, I'm just talking about me specifically. Like, the only people I
Yeah,
keep
I
in
know.
touch with still play.
I know. I wasn't like, I don't know, Maynard. My personal experience.
But I don't know,
Your
yeah.
personal experience.
Like, as someone that's never been a male, here's my impression on male. Like,
Oh, they were like, we're all into WoW for a while, but that's like the only game we've ever shared. Crasher for. They got into Overwatch League, which was just a
Meditation.
real bummer.
you're like, oh no. Get him, pig! Yay! That's a stalker. Nice.
Consciousness awakened. Let our enemy know how sorry they template.
Survive out of hard-headedness, dude. Surviving out of hard-headedness is, I'm all about it. I'm such a stubborn fucking dude. To my detriment, but I am so fucking stubborn when it comes to my personality.
After I ragged on you.
Oh, that's very sweet. Hey, also, by the way, whenever we tease people on Twitch, we don't actually never forgive, never forget, not those people, so if we reach
Well,
an understanding.
If someone comes in and I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You know, and I rant
Yeah.
on them a little bit, and they're like, okay, lol, like, yeah, you're right, but here's my point of view. Like, if they don't immediately go, well, fuck you, stupid bitch. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
all right, you're cool, you're cool.
Yeah, that's the perm ban. As long as you're not perm banned, there's always a chance to come back in the streamer's eyes. So well played, guy in the chat.
I mean, fine. Let's pick me back.
No.
Hey, your base is under attack, man. That
Oh, Moshnak, thank you for gifting 5. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Oh my goodness. You still have a chance? I wouldn't go that far, Release. I don't know if you do. Ooh, good disruptor. Nina has many stalker though. Many stalker.
Embrace the glory of battle. Obedience.
I mean, considering Pig was looking like he was hit a Styledon.
I did feel like when Nina was just massing stalkers, I'm like, she knows what she's doing here. I think she's just like picked her way that she wants to kill Pig. Here she goes again. There she goes.
You know, I primarily know that song from,
American Pie.
oh,
Hey,
shit,
your
what
base
is
is
the
under
actual
attack.
title? The Axe Murderer, my wife.
Oh, yeah, the Michael Myers movie.
Yeah, I can't remember the exact name of the song. Or the fuck, crap.
Yeah, something like I Married an Axe Murderer or something. I don't know, so,
Yeah, there we go. That's it.
I was gonna say, Honey, I Married an Axe Murderer. I'm like, no, that's the Shrunk the Kids. I nearly did that. Nearly.
Fuck you, ZG. I can shove a Colossus up my ass whatever direction I want.
You don't know me. You don't tell me what I put up my butt. Fucking streamers. People on Twitch, just because I got a microphone, they think they have all the facts. Get out of here. Good for you, guy in the chat.
Good for you.
Good for you.
We embrace the glory of battle.
Her economy is not that big.
Honey, I married a shrunken kid murderer.
Shrunken kid.
You're all right, good chat. You're all right. You're all right. Anytime I tease you, just so you know that we're still together. You and me.
Get him out of there!
Oh, them DTs though. Shit,
probes
Pig.
are under
Holy
attack.
crap, we turned this into a game.
I see disruptors.
Yeah, he's got the one.
Geyser's empty.
Okay, there's a little bit of play there.
I come. I live on. Consolidate block.
So I found out that you can do King's Cup online. There's
Oh,
like
God, that's
a
dangerous.
website that like does it for you, you know? I think the next thing I do with my stream viewers is my Discord King's Cup online.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my.
We're running out
You have to make a couple of like, because I don't think everyone's gonna put their video on. So
Baby.
on visual.
Hey, your base is under attack, man.
Man is playing Honey, I Shrunk Pigs on me.
Oh, thinking that it's
They're attacking your probes. Watch your
That
mineral
would be
field's
great.
gone. Don't spend it all in
Yeah,
one place.
Yeah.
Solid game, solid game.
Mineral field depleted.
I think
Hey,
it might be
your
over.
base is under attack.
Options are limited.
I think
Your
it
pylon is
might
under
be
attack.
over.
You might be over.
And the DT's been cleaned up. And that's it.
Disrupt.
Your probes are under attack.
Balls.
Get 'em out of there.
Probe on balls.
Boom.
Balls getting probed.
Can't do the balls. Just fall themselves.
Oh, that was nice.
Do it Nova. It doesn't matter. Or 11.
Okay, let's do it.
But still.
Deal.
But still, 20 stalkers is problem, yes?
I mean, that definitely
Maybe
helps.
more like 15
They're
stalkers.
going after your pylon.
Definitely helps.
There is
Level
no
the
escape
base.
for these balls as they run down. Intercept. Fire. Do-do-do-do-do. Boo-boo-boo.
She has a bottom right base there.
Boo-boo-boo-boo. Boo-boo-boo.
We are one with it.
I put some cacti down as well.
Awaken.
That is important. I gotta remember to spray.
Marking the territory.
We're running out of mineral.
GG. Well played.
GG.
A true master.
That was fun. That was good.
God damn. See, like that's one thing as well where I'm like, I just got to get past the stalker phase. But lately, even in really tip-top PvP, players are like, no, I'm gonna make like 67 stalkers, and I'm like, oh fuck me. I think the counter in that scenario is you actually just need to squeeze the prism across the map and start just hitting mineral lines with zealots, and then you can get up enough like stuff. But you need to get over to hit that mineral line. Whereas I was like, Nina will transition. And I was like, oh god, she's just got 8-gate stalker, and now a billion disruptors come in like 7 minutes later. I'm like, oh no.
No one does that anymore. It's all about blink stalkers.
Yeah.
PvP is such a good matchup. I love it.
It's a highly strategical matchup and definitely never a meme.
What about immortals though? Well, the thing is, the stalkers just don't stand and fight them. So, I mean, I had some immortals. They all died slowly over the course of the game.
Remember that Alpha Star game with Mana, where everyone was like, "Oh, that was a once in a million. That was just it being funny. That was just having a bunch of APM." No, that's actually how it goes. Mana had like 8 immortals, and Alpha Star still won with blink stalkers.
Yep.
It was ahead though, right? And it was microing obscenely well.
Yeah. There was the whole like controversy over like they said they had a cap on APM, but it wasn't really the case, and like
Well, the cap was like
I don't
1100 again.
yeah, it was like there was like a couple of things that were just like that's still not really real.
No.
Anyways,
Okay.
I thought that whole thing, like, since I was never like really big into it, I know I'm very biased, but The other thing, I always like felt that just left a bad taste in my mouth. I don't know. I felt used and abused. I felt lied to.
So like the Alpha Star thing, like I remember Artosis and TLO and everyone involved in Alpha Star was like, this is the greatest thing ever. And I never got there. Never got there.
I think you need to be a bit more of a nerd for machine learning to truly get it. It didn't really teach us any strategy or anything because it's just StarCraft's too complicated as a game. There's just exponentially more things going on, you know? It's
I would have cared more about it if it stuck around, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Like it was because it felt like StarCraft kind of got used like a tissue and thrown away for Google.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So I have a bad feeling. I have bad leftover feelings about it.
Yeah, well, the
I think
thing
there was definitely a spike of people who got interested
Sorry,
in
I'm
it.
just showing you guys why I'm not having got a game just yet. I'm just not playing this game.
Okay.
yeah, there was people who got interested in stuff. It just you know, it's like, hey, we beat StarCraft, we're beating Grandmasters and blah blah blah, and it is cool. And we just, you know, we're all, I think, just so disappointed that you kind of looked at it just through a strategic
Fine.
analysis, and you're like, oh,
Fine.
it found the most generic way to play. Oh, this is my boy. That's my student from this morning. He's Aussie.
Okay.
Goldsy.
Cool.
I haven't coached him on TVT yet, so I can't help you, Maynard. Sorry.
But yeah. As soon as the first show match, the one that had mana, started off with TLO playing off-race Protoss. And then like all of the headlines were like Alpha Star beats professional gamer, you know, top professional gamer, whatever.
Yeah, it's like,
It felt so much like yeah, use and abuse. Like they just come in here, they get the credit for it, and then they leave without really doing a whole lot. I think there is talk that they're supposed to do even more, and they basically were just like, oh no, we're done. And
Yeah. Well, I mean, and it was just so sad, right? And then you got the ultimate one, and you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. But then you look at it, and the Terran's like, well, I make Marines and tanks, and I sit in my corner of the map. Like, the sad thing is it never figured out the value of scouting. Like, or map vision, right? Like, it just played blind. And it was just like, oh, I'm watching a moron who's figured out, like, you know, it can click efficiently, it can micro, it makes a really generic composition, and has a generic one-size-fits-all way of winning. Like, with Zerg, it just does a Roach Queen push every game.
Had an all-in every game, and then Protoss was like the one where it was like, oh, it opens Stargate, so it never dies to anything.
The Protoss was the best composition because it would actually get a mix of really valuable units, and it would do like pressure, like it would do these little bits of harassment into a more solid comp. But with Terran and Zerg, you were like, oh, this looks like a baboon, you know? Like, it was so stupid.
Wasn't one of the problems was that as soon as it's like if it had vision, it was constantly aware of that vision at all times. Like they couldn't replicate eye movement.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if a warp prism was in next to its oracle, it would always see the warp prism.
Yes.
Well, that's one of the things, but at the same time, even with that, it still didn't choose to get map vision, right? Ever. Like, it would just sit in its corner of the map. Like, if you look at all the replays, it's like, it didn't lose many games because it stopped playing as it got to the point where it was playing people who were going to all be beating it. But it's just like, cool, I'm making roaches, I'm making roach speed, I'm making roaches on 38 drones, I'm making roaches on 2 base, and it's just sitting there, and you're like, and then 10 mutas fly out, and it starts pushing, because it's like, oh shit, there's mutas here. And the mutas kill every roach before it gets to the other side of the map, and then it just keeps trying to do it, just keeps rallying roaches across the map, and you're like, ooh, it's like watching a broken computer, you know? Like, it looks really dumb, and it's just like, well, if it did any attempt to scout, it could have adapted or adjusted, but it would only adjust to things like when it happened to run into them with its own attack, or, you know, other things. Like with TVZ, I don't think it, or Terran in general, I don't think it ever transitioned off Marine tank. So you'd look at the way it beat players, and it would just keep dropping in multiple areas, and it would rely on the player like F2ing and just like not defending drops, and then trying to F2 their army into like 14 siege tanks at home. And that was its whole strategy in every matchup. And you're like, oh, this is really mindless, you know? So don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's so many layers to the fact that it figured out how to play this 3-dimensional, incredibly insane game with so many moving pieces in it. And it found generically good ways to win. But it's just sad when you're looking at a strategy game and we're all like, I want to learn what it thinks, and it just never scouts and only really reacts to things as they're happening in the game, which is kind of sad.
It was just playing mechanical StarCraft, like what BCQD criticizes this game for being.
Be right back, guys.
It's a mechanical thing rather than a strategical
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. God. Anyways. I never really had any problems with the execution of Alpha Star, like the bot itself and what it could do, what it couldn't do. I didn't like the way that it used StarCraft or
And then it was done.
and then left. Yeah, it's like the sex was okay, you know,
Didn't
but
buy it for
afterwards
breakfast.
when he didn't, you know, yeah, exactly. Anyways,
It's like you're good to get it to cab home, right? Like, what?
yeah,
I mean, I guess.
exactly.
I'm like, was it? You okay? Did you have fun?
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe it was the optimal way to play StarCraft and it figured out and it's just a design flaw, but no human's ever been good enough. Nope, 100% not, bridge burners. Nope. People and anyone who beat Cyril is like, yeah, because it beat Cyril when Cyril literally was like sitting down on a computer with a really bad setup in a convention hall and just messing around, and he purposefully tried not to abuse it. Whereas like Florencio beat the exact same agent that beat Cyril. Like Florencio just like cannoned it and fucked it up. Like it didn't know what to do, you know, like it definitely was not playing optimally.
Obviously that means Florencio is better than Cyril, which we've all been like thinking for quite a while now. It's nice to have confirmation finally.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. Does Pig have a podcast? Well, yes, he does. Backspace 101. Called The Pig Show, and Maynard's supposed to be on it theoretically.
Yeah, we're gonna
Keep being a diva.
We're just gonna do. Yeah, apparently I left a few non-brown M&Ms in the jar, and Maynard told me to get fucked. He knocked it on the floor and said, "Fuck off."
Like, this isn't fucking imported water, and I threw the bottle of Mount Franklin at Pig's head and left.
Yeah.
He's been trying to smooth things over with my management for a while. Yep.
Oh really? Like Warcraft stuff,
Todd
right?
Talks, I think it's called.
No, generally.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like it started off, of course, with it's gonna have a lot of Warcraft guys, of course, but it's more of a general thing.
Cool.
But he like asked me if I wanted to come on because he was gonna start it up, and then I saw yesterday or the day before he released the first episode with I think one of the Back to Warcraft guys. I'm not sure.
Yep. Yeah, I saw that too.
Okay.
It is Back to Warcraft guy. It's like the guy that he has on his pod. He's like the most common member of his Warcraft 3 podcast. Like he's always on them. Almost
Town
always.
Hall shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pig, in a best of 25, how many do you think you could take off Cyril on a good day? I like when people ask these questions. And what you've got to understand is there is rank 20 pro gamers in the world who would struggle to take more than 1 or 2 maps there. Unless Cyril was like not caring about the match, right? If there was enough money on the line, there's like a lot of pro gamers who would really struggle to take maps off Cyril, right? Like, yeah, best of 25, they take 1 or 2, but Jesus, like it's really hard, you know. There is a massive gap in 1v1 sport between a low-level pro gamer and a good amateur, and then the gap from that low-level pro gamer to a high-level pro gamer who's top 10 is insane. And then if you take the top 1, it's like there's a whole nother level. Like the best player in the world at any moment is usually on such another level. Yeah. Such another level. 1v1 sports are insane. You think Raynor is better than Cyril, Ryan? You could agree that, for sure. Raynor is up there. He's kind of the anti-Cyril right now, though, right?
His ZV Cyril is better than everyone else's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think those guys
He's
are going to
still
just always have a sick rivalry.
Yeah. It's gonna be great. It's perfect because I mean we're very fortunate that Raynor is not a second Cyril, you know, which seems highly likely in a StarCraft 2 universe, where he's just very respectful, just minds his manners.
He's actually like an edgy kid. I love it.
Yeah, he's a bit
more of a party boy.
Yeah.
He's like the guy in the leather jacket. Cyril's like the guy with the glasses on and like the pen in his pocket.
No, I'm not gonna do it. Actually, I was gonna do the meme, but I don't want to. Stupid meme. Anyways.
Right, memes.
Yeah. That's fantastic. But I do think that Raynor still isn't. He doesn't feel as dependable as Cyril. Cyril loses, of course, doesn't win everything, but it's usually because like something new popped up and really caught him off guard, or he played slightly worse, and the other guy was still playing his A game. Where for Raynor, I still think we see a lot of it. Like he'll have days where he's just playing like C games, and I don't think Cyril has many days where he plays below A.
Cyril.
He's usually playing S.
Yeah. Raynor still has the magic factor where he can, you know, he still plays a little bit more wild than Cyril for sure.
Yeah.
I still look at the way Cyril plays, and like there's almost never a moment where Cyril, it feels like, ooh, he's pushing his drones a little too far. Like Raynor will do that. You're like, oh, he's gonna see if he can like just sneak up to 80 drones here and just like hang on with run bys and stuff. Cyril's the guy who's like, I will always build the exact appropriate number of units to shut down whatever you're throwing my way. And like, I think like it's so funny because Raynor F's you up by like cutting a corner and then like backstabbing you and doing some little risky plays and like, I'm going to go lurkers and do some crazy shit. Cyril shuts you out of the game because it's just so demotivating when he's like ready for every pressure and he scouts everything nonstop. And you're like, playing a guy who's the best in a straightforward game, who also I cannot surprise ever. And you're just like, So you're looking for a strategic edge, and Cyril just puts you in a wasteland where you're like, he's like, no, we're in an empty field. And you're like looking around, you're like, is there like a stick I can pick up to use as a weapon? Is there like a little divot in the ground I can maybe get him to trip over on? And Cyril just eliminates that with obscenely good scouting. Makes you wrestle him. Full strength mode.
Wrestle.
Yeah.
Wrestle.
It's pretty sick. The only thing that would make it sicker, though, is if they're different races.
Yeah.
Yeah, Terran and Zerg.
I don't think Raynor's far off best in the world, by the way. Like I think he's top 5 easily, right?
About to show my hand, friends.
What's that you're holding in that hand, Maynard?
Some siege tanks.
Get him. Get him with the Raven. Get him.
Oh.
Get him. Got him with the Raven.
Got him.
Yeah. Pull back
Actually,
now.
you just obliterated him with like macro, it looks like.
I think he's got tanks spread across all the bases, so... Oh, he's doom dropping your main. Doom dropping your main.
Oh my god! Oh!
Every time.
Oh! No, keep calm. Keep calm. Don't do anything stupid. Oh god. Oh, he's got a tank up there. Fuck.
It's fine.
Don't lose high ground vision.
Hold down the marine key. Where would we put parting in world ranks? Yeah. Probably rank 10. Hard to say exactly.
Stream drop fucked me.
Parting's a lot more inconsistent than some of the other players, but he's capable of beating any Zerg in the world, any Protoss, any Terran.
Well, don't tap out. Just check his other base if he has a fourth. Oh, okay.
I think Parting's gonna struggle as the meta shifts.
Then just focus all on your
You can finish a sentence, CG.
main base.
I think the important move in this spot that I've learned after dying at the Doom Drop 36 times is that I'm not going to get the Doom Drop out of my main base originally, but if I siege 2 tanks on either side of the bottom of my ramp, then they will slowly kill all of his Marines as he kills about half of my production, and then I can clean up the main. So like queuing those 2 tanks back from the rally to siege individually there is like the one thing that allows me to not win these situations, but at least clear my main out eventually.
Mingle Crew? What the hell is that?
The Mingle Crew, did you say?
Is it Christian Mingle, like a dating website?
I think Nate was talking shit on me, saying that I'm the Christian Mingle caster when it comes to my banter in the War Chest Team League. I was like, your player's playing very well today. Jesus would be proud.
Who's next?
That's me.
All right.
Who's the farmers only banter caster then? I was just thinking of that. I would see these ads when I was staying over in California about farmers only. And I was like, this can't be fucking real, can it? And
what
it
is it?
absolutely was.
What is farmers
literally is
only?
what it sounds like. The ad would be like some country chick, right? And she'd be like dating like a city boy basically. And the city boy will be out with his like Porsche. And then he'll like step in mud with his like, fancy shoes, and he'll get all upset. And then some guy in a pickup truck and a cowboy hat would ride on over and be like, "Ma'am, do you need a lift?" And then she'd go after the country guy. I'm not even exaggerating. And
Sorry.
it's called Farmers Only.
Is it a drama or a reality show? What are we?
It's a dating website.
Oh! Sorry, I was so confused. I was like, what is this concept we're discussing? Oh my god. I guess that makes sense. I have like, just from reading Reddit heard stories of people who they're like, yeah, Tinder's weird for me. I live in rural Alabama and my nearest neighbor's 7 miles down the road, so And I'm like, oh, that sounds like a really weird online dating experience. Yeah, they gotta drive a while.
I feel like that's quite a problem to have. I don't know. I wouldn't mind having to drive that long to meet someone.
Yeah.
I guess I'd mind if I had to go to the grocery store and all other things I ever do.
I had a friend in high school who was a complete idiot, and he broke up with someone that was like a perfect woman because it cost too much in petrol to go visit her.
Well, how much did it cost? Because hold on here, let's not judge before we know the facts.
It doesn't matter.
Really? What if you had to drive like 2 hours?
It wasn't that much. It was like 30 minutes.
Oh, okay, then yeah, that was just on him then.
That's amazing.
It's a bit of a meme in South Australia where we just say like everything's 30 minutes away from everything.
That's actually true in Adelaide though, right?
Yeah, that's right. Nothing's further than 30 minutes. I think he was one of those guys that didn't know how to treat, like he hadn't had that many girlfriends, and he didn't really know how to handle, or didn't know how to like treat another person, basically. Like he'd been very much by himself for a very long time. Had his first girlfriend very late and didn't know what to do. And I think he just wanted to find an excuse to not do it anymore. And it really tilted me. I'm like, come on, man, she's so great. Oh, thank you,
that's
John List for the tier 1 resub. Appreciate that.
That's always funny when you're like, wait, what? You let that go? You're like, this might be your chance.
Building it, Mengskin, building it.
Think about how much gold you could farm in 30 minutes in WoW, though. It's opportunity cost, fam.
And then you married her, and that's how you met that's how your kids met your mother, right, Maynard? No. Nope. She actually wasn't my type.
She was the perfect girl.
She was lovely. Great for him.
Are you saying she didn't meet your pristine standards, Maynard?
My standards are not pristine.
Yeah, she wasn't crazy enough right now. Was this young Maynard? You're like, oh, she seems sane. No.
She was not going to go into my tastes here, but I'm going to say that I like to be a bit different, and I like the women that I like to be a bit different. Put it that way.
Nice.
She was not. She was a pretty like a normie. I would describe her as a normie.
A normie, nice.
I was gonna say.
A very sweet
There's
normie.
like normies.
Yep. She was a very sweet
Amazing.
normie. Very sweet normie. Very like just always positive, smiley, friendly.
She wasn't
good
dark
person.
enough for Maynard's tastes.
That's right. That's right. Need just to be a bit of edge in there.
The edgelords in Twitch chat have been just kind of getting their crush on. They've been crushing on Maynard in his chat. They're like, oh, maybe if I'm more of an edgelord, I got a chance.
Maybe if I call him a piece of shit, he'll like me.
You like that? You fucking piece of shit.
You like that, you fucking terrible streamer? I'm like, oh my god.
I always love that Reddit
Sub
story.
to me, daddy.
I'm like, yeah, you like that, you piece of shit? Just like talk dirty to me. He says that.
Regi was the one that taught me that story because I don't Reddit. She's like, this is such a classic Reddit thing. I've never Reddited, so she had to be the one to tell me, and I fucking lost it. It's actually the funniest thing I've ever heard in my whole life.
For anyone who hasn't seen it, it's like, I can't remember what the story's called, but it's basically, yeah, the guy's like, I think it's like today I fucked up. I think it was like Tifu exactly when my girl asked me to dirty talk to her or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
I can tell you the exact story, but I don't want to. It involves the hard R. So I don't want to do that.
Banshee, what are you doing?
Banshee, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Those
Banshee?
drilly boys bullied her in school. She's like, they fucking bullied me. Fuck off. Oh my god, it's like, I'm about like 14 slow roaches. Like, what the fuck? That's a vomit of roaches.
I'm actually very confused by this guy.
Wow, I mean, there's not many drones.
It looks like a lot of my
behind
TVZs. This looks completely normal to me. I'm surprised there's a third hatchery, actually.
You know, I used to be a lot higher on the ladder in with my Terran, and then I dropped at one point when I was doing new builds, and I hit the point where I realized like I needed to actually scout every game and learn how to defend, because there's a point on the ladder where 90% of Zerg's ZVT is this. They're like, BCs are unfair, Marines are overpowered, Terrans overpowered. Got to win in the first 6 minutes.
Bio trades too well, literally unwinnable.
And I'm like, and I couldn't stop them for like months. I was like, oh my god! And like I'd defend one wave, and I'd be like, cool, let's go across the map. And I'm like, wait, what? They just built another 10 Ravages and 50 Lings. They're going again. The number of times I die to that is.
How many drones do you think this guy's got?
I'd say about 30. I think it's
It's droning now, right?
It's vaguely recoverable. Oh, I would not count on that, man. I just lift the orbital if we have to, but I think we're a gooch. I love, you can see just the horny, he's just like, click the lings in, and click the lings in. So
like,
what's...
the fact that this race can wall off is ridiculous! Can't believe she built a Devo and it counted everything!
God damn it, man. This is so fucking awkwardly timed. I scouted that many roaches, and I was like, I'll just keep track of them. I put my Reaper there.
Get that extra depot in the wall.
That's like laughing at 30 being the call. I'm like, you know what? I also feel like this is more like a 24 drone situation.
Damn.
That was a lot of lings, and that was like 17 roaches. So.
I would prioritize Hellions right now, because there is 100% going to be another 20 lings that come in the moment your Banshees go across the map.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably got a layer right now.
Yeah, Spire's next. 100%. These are the Zergs I play against. I'm very good against this kind of Zerg. Just had so much practice. Nah, it'll be mutas. I literally just said Spire's next one, old man in the chat. It's exactly what I mean. You're saying nah, exactly what you said.
Big thanks to the resubs, Dalton Straber and Master Fastabator. Over a year for both of you.
Fastabator. I like to call our stream the sack beat. just sack beating with a few friends.
How good was your sack whacking skills back in the day, Maynard? Were you
I mean, it's still pretty good.
Still pretty good? All right.
Yeah. The old man still got it. Oh my god, IBAMs. Think of the tier 1 sub. Holy shit.
Yeah,
a tier 1? A really real sub?
No drones.
Thank you so much, man.
Could be Mutt-Mutts. I would probably scan the main.
Yeah, no,
it's
it
mutas.
actually is. It is.
Mutas.
There's not even a question.
If someone tries to run by with speedlings when your Hellions go to the other side of the map, then next step is always roaches. If someone goes roaches and ravages and attacks you with them, the next step is always mutas. If the mutas don't kill you, the next step is always more roaches, ravages, and circlings. This is like the flowchart of Zerg logic, and we all die to it all the time because the first wave just does too much damage.
I don't have very much.
You got good looks and plenty of loved ones.
I remember
I'm
playing.
so mad about this, man.
I played a game like this where I got down to like 4 SCVs and then I won, and it was like the greatest thing ever. And then I watched the replay and realized the Zerg went like 13 drone mutas after their fucking one base Ravager or something. I was like, what the fuck am I looking at? Like, it's literally 13 drone mutas. I was like, what?
Yeah, this guy didn't have any drones on his third to even kill.
Yeah. That main's actually oversaturated slightly. But yeah.
I'm screwed. I'm gonna play another one. Fuck this.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so mad by that.
You know, you get another one. Get another one.
I like literally see everything, and I'm like, well, the timing's not really here. So like, what the fuck is this? And
I really, you know what?
It was.
CG, I really loved my last innings as well. I queued a bunch of games, left a bunch of games, lost a bunch of points for free because I didn't want to play a TVT, and then I ended up playing a TVT, and then I lost in the Doom Drop. So I felt very good about my last session.
Watching DRGs felt like libs or answer to zone out past Muta. Why would that be what you got from that?
So it sounds like they're probably talking about, because I made a tweet being like, hey, Thors looked really bad versus mutas today. It feels like they're not zoning out mutas the way they used to, and there's a lot of sloppy magic boxing that doesn't get punished anymore, right? Like Zergs are coming in with mutas all half clumped on top of each other, and the Thor shot's still hitting 1 to 2 mutas unless the Terran targets really well. And I'm like, Thors really aren't doing what they used to do, and it's really dawning on me that the splash is actually, that nerf is quite big. When you look at mech at the moment, it's getting dicked by mutas. Like Cyril's doing it as well, and I was like, and I got a lot of people angry, tweeting at me and coming to my chat telling me I need to fuck off with trying to get Zerg nerfed anymore. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah, you know what? Zerg's having a really tough time. Jesus.
It was also like, I literally said, was maybe that Thor, nerf way back when was actually like, was too much? Question mark? And literally, I just wanted to hear people's thoughts. And Euthermal was like, well, I think they reduced the armor on the Thor at the same time, which is why I think it was too much. And other people were saying, yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with mech, it's a bit weak, but like if you have the old Thor splash, it was too good with bio. Like mutas you had to do the shittiest muta engages against the bio pushes. And I was like, oh, okay. Some fair points. Interspersed with like the nice communication and discussion, there was a bunch of people telling me to fuck off. And the other half were then fighting with those people, telling them to fuck off and that Zerg is still OP. And and I was like, I just put the lightning rod up for the crazy people by mentioning anything vaguely related to balance. Oh, good to know.
It's also the people that live in that in a cave where they don't get the results the last few Premier tournaments.
So the guy says that he asked because 4 Liberators actually took out a clump of mutas in that game. It's 4 mutas is like, I mean, we're talking about how bad Thors have gotten versus mutas. 4 Liberators need the absolutely ideal situation to actually work like they ever do. Like you ever see them. It's like when people are like, well, you think Liberators would have helped you against the mass carrier problem because like one Nate gif exists where he kills like 1,000 interceptors with 7 Liberators, and I'm like, no, that's not actually how you do it.
Someone was telling me that Parting said you're meant to storm the interceptors when you play like Archon Stalker stuff against carriers, and I was like, I've tried that like 16 times. I'm like pretty sure it doesn't work unless you aggro every carrier to shoot on one spot and you storm right at that moment. And I'm like, I would love to see a GIF or a clip of this working because I've never seen anyone pull storm off against carriers. And I'm like, I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm saying I always thought it would be good and I've never seen it work. And I think the interceptors are too fast, so they like only ever take 1 tick of damage from the storm or something.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like something that works that commonly. But anyways, no, Liberators would not have helped me there. Like, I would have had 2 Liberators, and as soon as he sees I have anything, including a Thor, even if I had gotten a Thor out, he just magic boxes it.
Also, in that DRG game, the 4 libs, I think the mutas already took a Widowmine hit or something. Because I remember looking at that and being like, wait, did I just see libs kill mutas? And I don't know. The thing is, 4 libs take a long time to kill mutas still. You need like 6 or something, I think, to really kill them. But maybe it was that they got to sit there and the mutas were shooting like a Thor or Marines or something. But yeah, I need to actually relook that engagement up.
I was kind of scrubbing through, so all I saw were the depressing moments, which were all the games, because Terran got dicked on.
I think it was the fine. Was it which game was it where that happened? It would have been the I think it would have been the Pillars of Gold game, maybe where the libs killed it.
That's what I was thinking. The last game, yeah.
No, no, that was Death Aura.
Oh, was it?
Maybe it was
Well,
that game.
It depends
actually.
on what match we're talking about, I suppose.
Well, the person in your chat mentioned DRG, so it's got to be DRG in our.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Maybe it was game 1 in the bio map. Actually, I can't remember.
Got him.
Got him.
Looking up for zombie grub.
I'll see if
Sub
I
to
can
the
find it
grub.
later.
Sub to the grub. For every subscriber, Zombie Grub will kill 1 probe. Get in there, guys. Big gift bumps. Get those primes off cooldown. Send them to the grub. You've been thinking about that tier 1. You've been thinking that you've been caressing the edges of that subscribe button at Twitch TV Zombie Grub. You've just been teasing it. Time to press on it. Time to bring it home. Enough foreplay. Let's go.
Hot diddly damn. Apparently.
Kind of sounded like both a sexual thing and like a coach rallying his troops kind of thing.
It's sex coaching, actually. It's actually a combination of what you just said.
There you go. Okay.
I'm like, all right, foreplay's over. The oven's preheated. Let's go. Come on, friends. Come on. What time is it? It's game time. Who?
Does any race have an advantage? I think it's pretty balanced, but I don't know. I don't talk about balance.
I think jury's
much.
out. Yeah. I don't either. Chat's talking about it a little bit right now. I'm just talking mainly about race distribution and stuff. But you know, I don't think that I don't think it's impossible for a certain race to win a tournament. Put it that way. That's pretty safe to say.
No, it feels like I mean, a lot of the issues I think have been dealt with, and like, I think it's TVP is hilarious right now because like Protoss are just like throwing wild bullshit at the Terran and trying to catch them off, and the top Terrans, if they don't get surprised, are shutting it down really hard.
Here's those subs for the grub. Hell yeah.
Sub for the grub. Let those Widow Mines be your dom. Sign up now.
That's right.
$4.99 USD a month.
Those
Be your
power
grub.
bottom probes.
Grubble of dub.
Yeah, like anyone in chat that's just like, I want to get back into SE2, the way you do that is starting to get back into SE2. You start playing SE2 again. There's plenty of casual modes to get back into the swing of playing the game again if you don't want to jump into ladder if ladder intimidates you. You can just jump into co-op. Jump into campaign. Lots of campaign achievements to play right now. Get those mechanics a little bit, dust the cobwebs off them. Get the feel for StarCraft again. Hit that unranked ladder for as long as you feel like, or even indefinitely, just unranked, whatever.
Hells yeah.
Climbs. And then if you ever feel like you want to take that plunge, hit ranked, get some coaching. I actually feel like it's really, really, really motivating when you play ranked ladder to have a focus. That's why I like focus goals so much and champion them so much. Because it distracts you. Like, it gives you something to work towards. It's like attacking a muscle group in the gym, but doing it in a game. And it distracts you from the fact that you're bleeding MMR like a ship with a giant hole in it. It distracts you from that.
Hot damn.
Hot damn.
So, on the Liberator versus Muta math, someone said some stuff in chat, so I'm just checking it.
Thank you.
Basically, if you get 6 Liberators, because each Liberator does 2 times 5, so assuming there's no armor upgrades to the Mutas, no attack upgrades to the Libs, which is pretty standard. That's most of the time. That's going to be the interaction. You're going to have the Liberators doing 10 damage a shot, 2 times 5, right? No armor modifiers or anything. So if you've got 6, that's 60 damage. And people said, well, 6 means you 2-shot. Actually, no, because Zerg units instantly regen the second they take damage. So unless they take 120 damage all in one blink of an eye at the exact same moment, the Mutas will survive with 1 hit point, technically. So almost correct, chat. Technically not. Technically not correct. Oh, this feels good. This feels very good. But I think if you've got other stuff going on, I don't think it really matters. So the thing is, if you have 4, what's 40 times 3? Same thing. You'll actually take 4 volleys, not 3. So it's actually 1 more than it would look at first glance. Because you're So if you have an odd number of Liberators, it's going to tick you over into being 1 less volley. So you actually want to have 5 or 7 Liberators to
My head hurts.
do it.
What's this math?
Odd numbers of liberators are ideal. The even extra one doesn't do anything for you.
And when you add in the stacked with and also the light tag, and you factor that in, and it'll carry the one, and like Jesus, I can
Look,
hear
alright.
I can hear the scrape of those glasses being pushed up the bridge of your nose.
I got stats to make shield upgrades at BlizzCon 2016. That's all I care about. He made shields after +2 attack on his Archons. Drogo did it as well.
Dead Nexus for the.
It was after I did a fucking 2-hour video
Where's that
talking
stuff
about
on?
why it's better. I don't know, man.
Snipe third Nexus. You don't get that on Twitch TV every day at this high level. Send some fucking subscribers over to Twitch TV zombiegrub. Don't embarrass yourself by just sitting there and doing nothing about stuff like that. Come on, chat. Fix it up. What are you still doing here in my chat? Get over there. Drop those sub bombs. You have a lot of catching up to do. I saw like 1 or 2 subscribers during this game. One or two.
Someone gifted some.
Someone gifted some? Did they gift enough for all the probes that you killed? I don't think so. Let's fix it up. You're not sure about that? I'm not either, but I'm going to act like I am. And you can't stop me.
Slutty TY Pie just followed the stream. Nice. Welcome
Slutty
to the
TY
grubs.
Pie. Nice. If I still had to pick an ID and I wasn't already committed to Maynard, that's one I'd definitely think about having.
TY does strike me as the sluttiest of GSL commentators, so...
I mean, he gets commentary. He gets paid to commentate as well as win GSL. So
Yeah, he gets around.
Pretty crazy.
Also, have you seen his, like, multi-prong? Oof. He's, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
like...
shit. Aerial Ace, thank you very much.
There it is. Thank you, Aerial Ace. Thank you.
GG.
Was
Aerial Ace coming in clutch.
Nice. Nice.
There it
61
is.
probes killed.
Hot diddly damn.
See, that felt okay. That felt better.
Delicious.
Sub to the... Look, I'm just like... Right here. Sub to her. Sub to her. Wait, where is she now? There she is. She's up there. Sub to the grub. Mwah, mwah,
20
mwah.
gifted
Send it up there.
subs.
Send it.
Hey, Pig,
Thank
I made a
you.
video testing Stormverse carriers to prove it works. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat, please.
I want to see it too. I want to see it too.
Yeah, drop it in chat, and I'll put it in the Discord.
I opened up your stream because you're next, aren't you? So
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that works too. Kizso was asking a really detailed question. If you know your opponent's going to do ultra defensive 3.5 base CVZ into a 10-minute Roach Hydra push, what build would you do? That's like one of those questions that I like. It's a good question, but I would just do what I normally do, like, because I just do what I'm good at, right? Like, that's like the description of someone just playing kind of standard is what that kind of sounds like. Can I join the call and share screen, or can I email it? Oh, you haven't uploaded it? Just upload it to YouTube, and we'll look at it in the next one, or just send it through to me on Discord, Ryan. You can just drag it to me on. It's too big. Yeah, upload it to
It's
YouTube.
too
It'll
big.
process in like 2 minutes. We'll watch it after the next game.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, like questions when people are like, oh, how do I counter blah 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 blah. I would always just say like, just play your style that you're good at, right? It's like if someone's playing 3-base Roach Hydra, it's like, well, what count is that? And it's like, whatever you're good at, right? It's like when people are like, how do I beat Bio Tank? And I'm like, well, what style do you play? Just do that, but do it better. It's essentially it. It's like, if anything you're describing as a problem is just standard play, it's not about how do you solve that problem. It's more about like, how do you get a more solid game plan that you can just gradually improve at and like macro and micro better and all that sort of stuff. Oh, I gotta
Hot
tab out.
damn.
This is gonna be grainy if I don't change my source.
What
Oh, I
source?
could have done it because there's a countdown. I had time to tab out. God damn.
A lot of gifted subs. Nice.
Good.
Thanks, guys.
Good. That means people are doing their job. Pats on the back for everyone getting in there.
Approximately in the same amount as the pro victim.
Good. I'm glad that they're listening to me. I'm gonna be everyone's sub hype guy. I'm essentially Harston, the Twitch Prime ambassador, but I'm looking for tier 1s. I'm looking for gifted sub bombs.
Oh,
That's all
can
I'm
we get that link in? Someone found the moment with the Liberators. Can you link that to us at the end of this game as well, Timo? We'll take a look at the end of this game. So I'm curious because I remember also being like, whoa, where'd those mutas go and where did those Liberators come from? I didn't really see it as it happened.
Zombie grubs off. Eggs over there. That's what
Oh! There we go.
No, that's not right.
And that is the sound of someone swallowing sadness. No.
No. He's like the.
That's not
what's the name?
me.
From Family Guy. The
What else do I
the
have?
maid, yeah. Like, no.
Holy shit.
Mr. Peter.
Ariel
Thank you
is.
so much, Ariel Ace, for the 10 gifted subs.
Oh my
That
god!
guy's subbing everywhere.
Thank you so much, fam.
Aerial East.
Thanks, IBAMs.
Yeah, Consuelo the maid. Thank you, Chad. Exactly.
Consuelo.
No.
Harstom's Twitch ambassador stuff was the best. Harstom's legendary at that. He's so good. I
did
just.
a Twitch Prime video in German.
Oh really?
For 20, yeah.
Oh my god.
It was all in German.
Whoa. Oh,
Hey,
that's drone.
Moshnak says, this is by far my favorite SC2 content. Even my buddy and I started doing a similar format, going back and forth. Great streams. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Moshnak. It's a very sweet message.
It's
I'll
actually
forward that to
like
everyone involved.
anyone can have a lot of fun with this, right? It's like actually.
This is it's a really fun way to play 1v1s. Ariel Ace, gifting another 2. Thank you, mate.
A new queen has emerged.
That's 200 gifted subs in total. Absolutely insane. You're a mad lad. I don't know what I did to deserve all this money.
We have met the enemy in combat. Our
Plus, I
forces are
specifically
under
said to send them
attack.
to the grub. Just gonna be that guy and say that.
Our base is under attack.
She got 20 of them? Yeah, but you could have gotten 32. But instead you decided to give me 12. You know what I'm saying, Ariel Ace? It could be 32 subs for the grub. My dog is right next to me, licking my hand.
Evolution complete.
That's how you know he's fucking done. He's like, Father, stop streaming. Walk me, Father. I'm ever so bored.
Alright, I'm back. Thank you guys.
I'm back to
Thank
you.
you.
Units through the middle map. Incoming.
I got a little bit of a Jameson shot.
Oh,
Cheers,
fuck
guys.
yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Oh, we have an empty Pepsi can. I don't have anything else.
Our base is under attack.
Is that the of someone really, really happy with that Jameson shot, or is that the of someone pulling a face and trying to process the potentially rough $30 bowl of whiskey? Oh yeah, this is so smooth.
We have met the enemy in combat.
Ah! Fuck did my banelings go?
Given a lot of that shot. Shit.
Our
Thank you very much
forces are under
Maybe
attack.
An Arc Revenant.
Oh, you guys told him.
They're after my drones.
You don't tell me what to do, man.
A new
People
queen
told
has
them.
emerged.
GG.
We have met the enemy.
Told who? What?
My chat
Golden?
told. Yeah, people were watching because he always dies to Ling Bane every single game because he just builds 40 drones with 2 Zerglings, and I just kill him with it normally. And I was gonna do it there. I was doing a slightly slower one, but he tried to kill me instead. But I fucked up my
told him what to
micro
do.
really hard anyway.
So
Should
we
have killed
told him what to do.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, anyone out there that's in the chat, if you ever go to someone else's stream and tell them what another streamer is doing in a ladder game, you're a dickhead.
It's
Carry on.
fine. It would have been someone watching
You're a
from both
dickhead.
channels earlier, but
No.
that was just me being emo because I literally had 2 safety banelings that I think just blew up on individual Zerglings when I wasn't watching. So he says, "Look, here's proof that it works," and it's a video, and there's Storm and Archons killing some interceptors. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like. I get it. Show me that in a normal game. I don't know if this video really helps it. Like, I'm not like,
Yeah.
it's especially because what you're gonna find, like, you want to give those carriers +2, and your Archons only have like 1 shield upgrade, and then people got really good at focusing the sentry down. Because I used to always go, you get the sentry, you get +2 plasma shields, and then just like mass Archon. And definitely the Storm adds some stuff to it for sure. And it can be really effective, but it's also very clumped there, what they're attacking, right? So I find it, I don't know, I've done it in battles before, and it's never felt as good. I think definitely it makes sense. If you're going Archons, you got to have Storm with it, though. That does make sense, right? The carriers have max upgrades, apparently. Cool. Still take a while to die.
Anything in unit tester is always going to be taken with a grain of salt. Like, proving something works is great, and that's exactly what this is doing.
Yeah.
But proving something is, I guess, achievable in a game is like different, right?
Yeah. I mean, this is
usually about like terrain being different. They can evacuate once they realize that you do have Storm.
Yeah, like what? I wonder what happens if they pull back with the carriers, right? Because you got to do such a fat storm on your own army. Can they just like disengage and re-engage and disengage and re-engage, and you're like storming yourself too much? Like, I wonder if that happens, right?
Isn't that exactly what someone with carriers would do? Like, if they were, not. If they were watching the carriers, they were just like, oh, I've lost like half my interceptors, let's pull back, or something like that.
Yeah.
Or like, I've got
this
two
feels
interceptors,
like
let's pull back.
a fight where the carrier guy thinks he wins, and he just like doesn't care, and then goes, oh shit, But that
you lose like 100 minerals, or like maybe 500, 600 minerals of interceptors, and you just like, oh, okay, I pull back.
Yeah, I think we'd have to, of course, see it, and I think it still, obviously, at least is forcing them to do it. By the way, you guys still on my stream, yeah?
Yeah, we're watching.
Okay, so this is
I
the
actually
clip
don't remember this one.
of the moment.
That's funny. Yeah, okay.
Well, thank you, GSL, for not showing health bars, as always. So we can...
Oh my God.
They've already gone in. They took a shot. A few Marines had shot them. And then there is 4 libs. Yeah, and they get many volleys off.
4 is kind of like a decent number, but you can see even as they slowly, like, even just like 1 little centimeter apart from each other, suddenly the Liberators get much worse. Like, it really requires them being stacked up on something, so... I don't think we're arguing that it's like something that can't be done or isn't useful occasionally.
It's a very like 1% of the time it'll work in this regard, and in that 1%, it will be effective. Yes.
Well,
for instance, the
thing is, if you're using libs as mech, right, as part of your comp anyway, like I think it's not bad as a way of zoning them out of your base. If they go like 20, 30 mutas, like it might actually make sense, right? Because what's the other option?
Actually, I remember watching DeMuslim play like a late game TVZ where he it was against Golden, and I remember it being on Automaton, so it was like way back in the day. And it was still like the Liberators were as powerful as they are now. And he had +2 attack against a guy that had like a lot of Corruptors, a lot of Broodlords, and he actually managed to kill that army with just +2 attack libs on the anti-air. But you had to have like an obscene amount of Liberators, and you have to have +2, and they have to have no Carapace upgrades on the flying units, so a lot of that matters as well. Yeah.
It just isn't what you go for, right? Like, the original thing came from like my losing to the mutas, and then him being like, what if he went for libs?
Okay. Yeah, in that particular...
After that game, he said, this is why I think that DRG game showed that libs are the way. And that's what we were initially being like, not really.
Right. Well, I think I think we've made it pretty clear that libs are not the way in that particular zombiegrub situation.
The same way that those 4 Liberators could have been 2 Thors, the fact that the mutas were not being controlled was the reason that they died. They could have magic boxed for the Liberators as well.
Yes.
Is it helpful to have air-to-air, weird ways of dealing with mutas? Yeah, it is. And maybe one day we'll see like a pack of 5 Liberators be like your patrol squad against mass muta players, but I mean, I wouldn't.
In ZG's game, she could have made precisely 1 Liberator. She could have made 1, or maybe 2, and those 2 Liberators, and those 2 Liberators would die to the mutas that were out. I can promise you.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's like the same. Like I also had that game like last week or whatever, where like I killed a warp prism with like 5 Liberators. It's like, well, it's not really the go-to.
I mean, the warp prism can't fight back, and it's got a lot less hit points. Warp prisms are pretty flimsy. Thank fuck. Imagine if the warp prism was armored and had as many hit points as a Liberator.
Yeah, didn't they change the amount of shields versus health it had? Is that the change?
Maynard, your cam is the top pigs. I know, I'm sitting in his lap. I'm giving him a lap dance right now.
There's been so many changes to StarCraft over the years. It's really difficult to...
Like, libs used to be a much better unit versus air units. That is definitely for sure.
You play co-op, and if you get, I forget which commander has Liberators, but the AI has old Liberators. So if you're going like mass muta as like Kerrigan or some shit, and you like run into 2 Liberators, you get fucking demolished.
Yeah. Just Pig paying for that lap dance.
Our forces are under
In ways
attack.
that he doesn't know yet.
Oh, there is a command center, so that's something.
Damage
should've
health
kept-
bars would be great for GSL.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, I have been
Been saying
trying
it for 10
to.
years.
Guys, I went to a Freaker Studio and worked for a Freaker Studio 3 times. 2 GSL vs. the Worlds, 1 BlizzCon. And all 3 times, I'm like, guys, damaged health bars, please. I actually said it to production when we had production meetings. And they did it for BlizzCon and for GSL vs. the World because Blizzard made them do it. And then as soon as Blizzard wasn't involved, they were like, all right, out of here with that damaged health bar. They just don't want it for some reason.
I want to know
the hype.
if the Korean community is in favor of no health bars. Maybe that's the reason.
Maybe.
Or is it just like 5 people meeting together outside of the English commentators and being like, yeah, those definitely.
Maybe it's 6 people on Team Liquid that that Afrika keep listening to when they post
new
things in
queen
threads,
has
and
emerged.
they're also the same people that say that Wings of Liberty was better, and that Korean commentators are better than the English commentators.
Yes.
More passionate.
Of
Yeah.
course. Yeah. much
Those
more
same
passionate.
those same 6 people.
They think it clutters the screen too much.
Ugh.
Is the last official reason I've heard.
Well,
yeah,
for the
someone brings
really
up the old
casual
War
fans,
point.
that kind of makes sense, right?
Evolution.
No!
I don't think so.
No!
Oh.
Burrow just finished.
Nori. No.
fucking lame. I'm so sad right now.
Even for new players, I don't think it really makes sense. Like when they enter into the game, they have health bars. If anything,
Actually, isn't it off by default? Isn't it only, or is it damaged by default? What is
It's
the-
selected by default, I think. It's selected by default. Like when you have a brand new account, I think it's damage bars are selected.
They're after my drones.
I recall from having like a fresh StarCraft account to try and do YouTube video with.
We have
Yeah,
met the
tumors
enemy under attack.
I still don't think it really adds that much.
Evolution
I'm trying to think back
complete.
to when I first played, and not as someone who's played it for 10 years, and I just don't remember ever being like, wow, this is so good.
Yeah.
You're a hardcore nerd.
Our
so,
base is
you know.
under attack.
Yeah,
No,
zombie
not
grub.
back
You
then.
fucking nerd, zombie grub.
Not back then. What?
She's like, I used to watch GSL while I was rep farming in MMOs.
Yeah, honestly.
But for real though.
For real. I think I'm still playing WoW.
itself.
It was like Cataclysm had come out, and I was like falling out of
Cataclysm.
love with WoW. Even though Cataclysm was really cool at the time, absolutely, but I was already falling out of
Our
love with
forces
WoW,
are
so-
under attack.
I remember buying Cataclysm because I loved what was the one before that?
Our
Was that
drones
Wrath
Resurrection?
of
are
Lich
a
King.
new queen
That was
has
Yeah.
emerged.
brilliant.
Yeah, so I love Wrath of Lich King. It's the most active I've ever
We
been.
have met the enemy in combat.
Well, actually, the latest I have ever been active with WoW, because I was pretty active in 2004 as well when it first came out. And I love Wrath of Lich King so much. Got Cataclysm, and I'd already been playing
Our
for a little
forces
bit.
are under attack.
And it was just like, I think it was the beta I was playing, maybe, because wasn't Cataclysm like 2009 question mark? Or was it 2010? 11?
I really don't. I'm always gonna.
I don't know. I remember that I'd already played a bunch of StarCraft at that point, and I was like, I don't think I like this genre of game anymore.
Yeah, 2010.
A new queen has
2010, yeah.
emerged.
So I'd already been playing a lot of StarCraft, and I was like, I was playing WoW very half-heartedly. I didn't really have it. It wasn't really in me anymore, you know. It's like, eh. And they changed a lot of zones. I'm like, oh, that seems cool. But then I like on further investigation of newer areas, I'm like, it's not really different though. Like it's different, but it's not.
Evolution
It's still WoW.
completed.
And I think I'm burnt out on WoW.
Yeah, that was my issue. Like, it was awesome.
Our
going to the new
forces are
places
under
and
attack.
finding out the new changes, or like whenever Deathwing would show up randomly, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, it was just there was a lot of that's cool moments, but it wasn't like, you know, it wasn't a fundamental
met the enemy in
enough
combat.
change to breathe the freshness into the relationship for me.
Yeah, I was falling behind compared to my friends. You know, they were all deep into dungeoning and raiding, and I was still like on the first raid or
Mutation
some shit. And they'd
completed.
be like, we'll carry you, and I'm like, oh, so I don't experience any of the fun. Okay.
Our forces are under attack.
That's always the funniest thing when people are like, oh yeah, I want to be carried. And I'm like, wait, what?
I don't get that. Like, I understand getting carried to prepare for the next thing, right? If they're like, oh, this thing's coming out, we'll levy you right now, and then we'll all go
We
together.
have
at
met
same
the
time,
enemy in
right?
combat.
Yeah, that I
That
get.
just never seemed to happen for me. Every time it would be like, oh, we've done the past 4 raids, so we'll help you get to the first one. And it's like, oh,
Our
so you
base
guys
is
don't
under
really
attack.
experience anything fun or cool.
Yeah.
It's all really easy for them as well. Like,
Yeah.
That's not the fun part of raiding, which is why my
Our
crappy
forces
little
are under
guild
attack.
that I was the raid leader of, and we all sucked basically. Like that's TLDR. Is that was actually the most fun moments I've ever had. Which is all of us fucking up everything together.
I remember having a very casual, like even before the Australian servers existed in WoW, like and so like you know before and just after Burning Crusade, I was in a like there was this 2 Canadian clan leaders in this group, and I was like I was one of the rare Aussies sort of thing, and I had a really bad time zones, but we were all just like figuring out the game and figuring out raids together, and it was like the most fun.
Yeah.
But now that I know everything, or know all the classic content, and I know the Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King content, I'm like not interested in playing it again.
Yeah, enough. I never
Our
did
base is
original
under attack.
raids. When I was first playing WoW, I was very casually. I was also playing Final Fantasy 11, so I didn't do any like basically Wrath of the Lich King were really like grinding hard. And, so if I wanted to, I could actually do new things if I actually leveled classic. But I played classic for a while. And
We have met the enemy in
I didn't want
combat.
to pay any money.
I played Final Fantasy because I like Final Fantasy, and I noticed that I started playing Final Fantasy 11 first, and then WoW came out later. And after playing WoW, I'm like, oh, this is just infinitely better, and I almost instantly threw away Final Fantasy 11.
I didn't see it that way because I was so noobish. I was still at that point when I played video games. I didn't go and search for like tutorials or anything. Like maybe I had the walkthrough, right? But that's about
I
it.
didn't either. I had no walkthroughs.
Well,
then.
as I have seen other people in action when they get their hands on the game for the first time, and they can like within hours immediately understand what's better and what's worse. And I don't do that. Like I play
Mutation
Civ,
complete.
and people are like, clearly
Mineral-
that's a better option. I'm like, huh? Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
No,
Oh,
I
my
just
bad.
enjoyed that I could solo more. Because I was like in Final Fantasy 11, you were basically gated. Like you couldn't get any further without other people's help after a certain
Well, that's
point.
why I liked it. Is that it was so tough that you had to have a good
We
community,
have met
otherwise
the enemy
everyone
in combat.
So people would commonly get off their chocobos, of which they could not ride again after getting off because it was honestly quite bad. And they would help me res because I didn't want to go back and lose my levels and
Yeah, all of that.
Like,
The
oh
mineral
god, it was
field
so
has
bad.
been depleted.
Like I was loving the fact I'm like, oh, did I lose XP here? No, I just have to walk back to my corpse. Oh, that's great. I'm like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. And I'm like, oh, I can keep exploring and go through here without people. So I actually like that. But I've always been a bit more of a solo gamer, I guess.
I played WoW for a month, and I realized I couldn't ruin other people's experience.
Mineral field
enough.
depleted.
So
Oh, you absolutely can. You just went.
No, well, you have to grind. A lot.
Well, you need to grind before you get to. I was like, why can't I ruin other level 1 people's experience? I want
Well, you can always use like you can always bump people off of boats when they're traveling from one side to another on a lower level. You're taking your boat over to a different area.
Look, I honestly didn't really play any of the other expansions enough to know, so this is absolutely 100% biased.
Evolution complete.
But Death Knight was the best addition to World of Warcraft ever.
Our forces
because
are
I remember
under
when that
attack.
thing came out, it was glitchy, basically, and people would abuse all the new things that Death Knight came out with, and it was so fucking hilarious. Like, I didn't actually like playing on PvP server. My friends made me do it, and they made me play Horde, and I didn't want to. But the one thing I did enjoy and chuckle at every so often was pulling people off the boat from Stranglethorn to wherever it went, because it would send them on a 12-minute journey underneath
Our drones
the
are under attack.
terrain, because it glitched into a boat that they couldn't escape from, and they had to wait for Hearthstone. Okay, that was fun. And then any point when you're leveling in the Burning Crusade, the Outlands, right? Outlands. Any point during there where you can actually like Death Knight pull them off and just like hear them like go like fuck you. That was fun.
And there's another differences between maynarde and ZG. We both really like Wrath of the Lich King. We have that in common. But she's like, I didn't want to play Horde and I didn't want to play PvP. And I'm like, I only played Horde and I only played PvP. I'm like, oh, the Alliance people, man, they fucking suck. They all just want to be pretty.
Oh, I wanted to play Night Elf.
Creep
I was
tumor
Night
is
Elf
under
Hunter.
attack.
Yeah, my least liked race. My least liked.
And then it was all Blood Elves.
Yeah, of course. Like every other girl that played WoW.
Yeah. I miss my priest, man. There's some good moments though.
I hated Blood
I
Elf
was
because
nice.
of what it did to my precious sword. What
Honestly,
else,
I was nice. I very rarely ever like initiated PvP, if ever, and I actually helped people.
Me
with
neither.
death grip.
Yes, I actually did do both those things. I was
mineral
always like
field has been
I
depleted.
never would pick a fight, but I would be like, try and be good enough at it to
Mineral
finish it if
field
they started.
depleted.
I'd be like, oh, okay, all right, we're fighting. You know, that kind of thing. But I liked the added complexity of like someone can gank me while I'm doing a quest. I like that. It added like a little bit, it added a little bit more like I don't know, not challenge, but like I felt more alive.
Well, that's what I always wanted. That's like the best thing is if you can fuck each other up when you're trying to do your basic shit. Like for me,
That's not
massive
what
multiplayer
happens.
online means I want to be like going along and I find some people growing turnips and then I want to fucking rip their turnips out of the ground and burn their fucking house down like that.
Okay, well, that's what happens.
Mutation.
You go to Stranglethorn Vale, which is shared, and then you're like, oh, I might have some
We have
PvP
met the
between
enemy
people
in
who are like
combat.
2 or 3 levels above me and below me. And it's some fucking level
forces are
80
under
just
attack.
ganking people, so that in Horde chat, people are like, hey, this person's ganking, avoid area this, and you're like, oh, fuck, alright, I guess I can't level it up.
You know what happens, zombiegrub? Remember, you watched The Last Dance, right? What happens is I go fucking Michael Jordan on them. They do that to me in Stranglethorn Vale. They're on the list. They're on the list.
Oh,
And
we
I
got some
come back.
revenge.
I come back later on when I'm a big level boy, and I'm like, all right, remember me, motherfucker? Because I have not forgotten you.
We absolutely got some revenge later on, but
I love
it
that.
took fucking forever.
I loved it. I'm like, oh, you want to play like that? All right, you're on the list.
No, I liked
amazing.
helping some poor low-level guy who's clearly getting mobbed. I like helping that guy and then protecting him, and for him to initially be like, "Oh my God, she's gonna kill me," and then being like thumbs up to each other. You know, that's what
Pig?
I like.
How are we doing for time, buddy? I know you usually like to finish now.
I'll do
Can
one
we
more.
one more?
Yeah.
Fantastic. I'm going to queue up another one. I lost 32 points from the last guy, by the way. Just let everyone know. I have lost probably about 150 MMR this stream.
The disease that killed everyone was actually in Classic, I thought.
That was classic, yes.
Yeah.
I was around for that.
I was around, but I wasn't really playing, so someone told me not to log in, and I was like, okay.
I used to like when I was so good at showing up to uni classes, but then when WoW came out, I was like, what do I absolutely need to attend? They're like, you need to attend practicals and a certain number of tutorials per semester. So if there was ever a point where I didn't need to go to uni, I wouldn't, because I would rather play WoW.
I never skipped on purpose.
I skipped on purpose a lot.
Yeah, I at some point was like, well, now I'm just postponing my assignments too long. We should quit. I should play StarCraft all day. That was my decision.
I got my assignments done.
Yeah.
Oh, you can type good luck, have fun during the countdown. I didn't know that. Sick.
Oh shit, it's a dog-faced killer.
It's a dog-faced killer. It's a Protoss. I got a good map for my build. I got the W's in the middle of the map to send my marinas across a little bit quicker. Oh, I'm on Australia.
You can skip, it depends on the uni. Well, even when the teachers were like, hey, if you do the assignments, you do the homework, you're like, I don't care if you show up. Even if they did that, I would always show up.
I would show up to like if it was the beginning of a semester, I'd show up to a few lectures, get to know the lecturer, and then mainly work from home. I would show up for practicals, which are like necessary to show up to, and a certain number of tutorials just to make sure that you have like a grasp of working in a crew together, because you're usually in a team with a lot of stuff that I was doing.
I guess.
Yeah, I think I had 1 year where I did all my classes. I did 1 year of university, and then every other year was a fail. So there's 2 other like half years I did, which I both dropped out of. I dropped out of uni twice.
Oh, wow.
I'm good at it. I'm good at it.
I'm good, uni.
Yeah.
It only took me 6 tries.
Wow.
Me
Yeah.
good study. Video games also good.
Well, when I went to art school, they had things that I didn't have at home, so I kind of had to go to like work on stuff. So there's that. And then when I went to like a regular 4-year high school or college, I was just such a straight-laced, boring nerd. I had like barely no friends outside of track and field, and I hated my roommate. And
Fucking
maybe
Karen.
that's no, she was so dumb. She was so dumb. That was her problem. She was unintentionally mean because she was so dumb.
Oh
She
my
just like
God.
couldn't understand that other people like actually existed. You know what I mean?
Oh, like she never got past that thing where you're not the center of the world. That
Yeah, yeah.
It's meant to happen when you're like 3 years old, where it like occurs to you that you're not the center of the universe for the
Yes.
first time.
And she's the oldest of like 6 siblings, and I was like, how? How? She was so dumb. Oh, I hated it. I hated her. She was like gross too. Like people would complain about smells from her hall, and it's because she didn't never do laundry. She had like 3 piles, and all of it was a mix of dirty and clean.
Ugh.
Oh God.
My dorms was never well, I mean, it was never a live-in thing. This uni.
You had
Thanks,
to. It was
Persis.
the dumbest thing. My third roommate, I had a third roommate, and she never actually lived with us, but her parents had to pay for it because they forced you to live on campus, even though she lived 5 minutes away. That was the dumbest thing.
Yeah, that's kind of silly.
Fucking proxy gator.
Isn't it going to be funny in the future when they're like looking back and they're like, and so there was a system in place where basically we charged people obscene amounts of money and made them show up to these old buildings that had some sense of history to them and stuff. Even though you could learn it all on YouTube, they kept doing it for another 50 years because of tradition. And you're like, ah.
Well, it's absolutely insane that they're making people do it now. They're making them pay campus fees when they're not on campus.
Oh my.
It's very unfair.
It's ridiculous.
Oh. Thank you for the raid. Uno mas?
Yeah.
No, he got proxy gated. Didn't scout it.
That was like
Bunker in time.
really close proxy gate. That's the risky, dirty one.
Yeah.
Catches you, it's oof.
They said they would do that at my school, but I just didn't enforce it. Force you to live there? You literally have to pay to live there, so they would. That's how they enforce it.
That's crazy.
She literally paid all the same fees that we did to live in a dorm. But yeah, she didn't actually live there. She like had stuff there, but she didn't really come by very often. It was too bad too, because she was cool.
It was a fun house.
Well, it's per campus, Jay, at the Great. Like, I had a car freshman year, and many other campuses didn't allow cars for their freshmen.
What?
So I had to go pick up a friend who, like, was out in the middle of nowhere, and the people who were supposed to drive her home were drinking, because she couldn't use her car. Yeah. It's bizarre. It
Chat.
depends on where you go.
This seems
Stop.
like you
Chat.
know,
Stop. I know I look angry and you want me to feel better. I get it, chat, but please stop. You can't make me feel better. It's actually impossible. I want you to save your effort. You can't do it. The only person that can make me feel better is me. Just letting you know. Sorry to interrupt. Go on.
No, it was like yeah. When
I hate when they do that too.
yeah, and like it always comes from a good place, but it's like I remember Neuro put it really well when we were
Yeah,
doing
it's
our
in a good place.
podcast
I
ages
understand.
back.
I'm just saying. I want you to save the effort. This is for you, chat. Save yourself the effort.
Yeah.
What did Neuro say about it?
Neuro was like, you know, it's like when you lose a game, people are like, oh no man, like that guy did a really bullshit strat, or that race is really overpowered, or you know, whatever they start like doing whatever to try to, and he was like, no, shut up, you can't take that away from me. He's like, no, like I know you want to help chat, but like, no, like it's just that's not how it works. Fucking drilly boys.
Can I go again?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Feel like ZG would rather say fuck you ZG than don't feel bad ZG? Kind of, yeah. I don't know what it is, but like just I guess I have, you know, deep-seated problems with pity or something. I don't know.
My chat's dead. What the hell? Can you, are you guys chats working? Still?
Yeah.
Yeah, chat's fine.
Both of my
Do you like I
computers, my
Prevail? I've
chats
never
are
heard of them,
working.
Uncle Slim. Yeah, I didn't build my barracks. I had a Reaper in my base before I had a Reaper to stop it. Well, I mean, I probably would have been okay, but I don't want to play that game. You know, I'd rather lose points than play a game I don't want to play. That's usually my mentality. It's the rematch against this guy, so try and do it this time.
Oops.
I need to get more drinkable alcohol. I don't think the things
As opposed to not drinkable alcohol?
Well, all the things I have right now are mixers, you know? I don't
Okay.
have anything to sip or shoot. I
Mm.
ran out of whiskey and just didn't buy any.
So in your in the autobiography of NA StarCraft, 2020 will be known as the year when North America's top 2 commentators both took their alcohol consumption to previously unknown heights. feardragon and
Wait,
zombiegrub racing
mean
to see who can imbibe more.
Yeah. Hey man, just because I drank a lot both Sunday and Monday. That's me.
I can't believe Jeff thinks that I'm a drunk. I remember that a couple of years ago.
That was funny. That was funny. It's not that I couldn't believe it. It's that I feel like I could not live up to it. That's for sure. Like maybe if I hadn't gotten sick that time, I would have continued doing reckless things at after parties. But anytime he would like add an actual party, anytime all of you would be like, just have another drink, I'd be like, oh, you don't understand. I'm about to throw up. I'm good. I'm about to throw up. But
You're about to go full roach on that
Drink.
dance floor.
Dude, the only time I think I've danced like, I think I can still count the amount of times I've actually danced at an after party.
I have done it once, Montreal 2016.
Yeah, that's one of mine, for sure, for sure.
Dancing at a StarCraft event. I think it's 2014 Stockholm is probably the last after party I danced at.
Oh, wow.
Oh my
Damn.
god.
I remember dancing at Austin 2017 or what have you, the one with like kind of an outdoor bar thing.
Oh, that was cool. Yeah, that was the one I went to, I think.
Yeah. But it rained, so it wasn't like a lot of dancing.
Wait, where's my
Yeah.
control? Oh, my fucking
The thing
keyboard's
is that,
changed
like-
language again. I don't have a patrol key. Great.
Can you
that sucks.
pause and tab out? It
No,
must be
I have to. The only thing that fixes it is restarting Windows. It's a fucking stupid error that I got right now.
Oh, that's lame.
Gross.
The only thing that fixes it is restarting Windows.
All
My
right,
keyboard
so we
just
got to
changes
we got to
language to
plan
UK.
some sort of all-in attack. So I'm thinking just pure bio from here with like no medevacs.
What?
Because you said you don't have a control button. You can't control group, right?
No, I can. I can't patrol. is what I
Oh,
said.
patrol. I thought you said control.
No.
I was like, if you can't use control,
No, I got
I was
okay.
like, wow, Pig puts a lot
No,
of emphasis on
my
control.
keyboard went from US to UK. So now like Shift 2 is now the quote mark and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So that's all.
We're doing good, Bubbly Jam. Hope you guys in chat are doing good too. Chat is back up for me. Don't know what happened with it, but just buzzed
Oh,
out
this
for a
guy's
little bit.
mecking. God. Ugh. Hate these guys.
We have tech advice in Twitch chat. I don't know if any of that'll actually work, guys. It probably won't, but we'll pass it on after the game. The keyboard's starting to act more British. It's just pushes the glasses back up the bridge of the nose. It's wearing a tweed jacket suddenly.
The keyboard just really likes queuing all of a sudden.
Nice.
I like never went to parties outside of like esports parties, right? So the one thing I never really realized is that DJs kind of suck. Like it feels like universally.
I agree with
I
that.
feel like the only time I've ever really danced at a party is like, yeah, good times, good friends, of course, but mostly because the music I actually enjoy.
Last DJ I really super duper enjoyed. Some DJs are good, but the last one that really was great is I remember my year 10, so 10th grade formal, like school dance type thing. It was like on a boat, and the DJ.
I'm on a boat and.
I took a glance at his music, and as always, you know, they kind of pretend to be mixing, he just had a bunch of CDs, and one of them, and they'd all been like burnt and stuff. One of them just said in the bloody marker on it, it said Leb Mix, and that was it. And I was like,
That's such an Australian thing.
I was like, and the guy was clearly Lebanese, the DJ, but apparently he was like, no, this is the Leb Mix. I'm like, what the fuck is a Leb Mix? Like, what is Leb? Like, because I bet it wasn't even Lebanese music. I bet it was all American hip hop. But it was just like the funniest thing. I was like, Leb Mix? What the fuck? I think Aussie Man did a good one of DJs pretending to mix music recently with all the clips.
I always figured they were pretending. I
used to have like
something that happens, but
I used to have personal problems with DJs because I was in a band and venues would be able to like spend so little money for a DJ when it was like more expensive to get people that actually play their own music. And I thought that was always a real crime, that DJs would be so much more paid than an actual band of people that write their own music and perform their own music with instruments. And there's a guy that pushes a button and goes picks up chicks for 3 hours and gets paid as much as a band does. Felt like an incredible injustice to me.
That sucks.
Yeah. What am I doing here? It's not the build. Oh, I'm just on live tilt. Dog's barking. Don't know what he's barking at.
Do you build
Yeah,
bears?
I'm sure there's plenty of great DJs out there for sure. But let's be real, there's a lot of really shit ones, and it's really funny when they're really bad. It's fucking hilarious. In fact.
Oh, there's some talented DJs for sure.
Yeah, there's just
I'm talking about dudes in Adelaide bars. I'm not talking about fucking like Hardwell here.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Oh, get the fuck out of here, man.
Your Raven's nearby.
I'm done. I'm done. You guys are laddering tonight. That's it. I'm done. I'm out. You guys are laddering now. I'm just gonna comment over you guys laddering.
Cruiser? He went battle cruiser in a stim, or he faked stim.
I don't care. I didn't even look at the replay. I don't care. What did you play in the band? I played guitar and I sang.
Are we doing more?
I'm down.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
We don't end like that with a fucking dirty battle cruiser teleporting YOLO. We need some zombie grub fucking domination.
Yes, please.
All right. Wait.
God, I'm so fucking done. I need to go into the hyperbolic time chamber before I touch this video game again. I need to go out there and just learn some fucking strategies and some timings.
I've got some therapy for you, Maynard. It's called me backseating you with tech advice straight from Twitch chat. Are you open to this? For the keyboard.
Oh my god. Talking
Sure.
I have a full page of it. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, tell me all about keyboard tech help, and then also tell me that my hair stinks and I look like just immediately follow with all of that, please, because I want the true internet experience.
You're infinitely more tech savvy than me, so I'm sure you've already tried all of these, but if you use the Windows and space keys to display the language menu, then press the same keys until you select the language you desire. The default keyboard shortcut used in Windows 7, left Alt plus Shift, allows you to switch language directly, but it doesn't display in the language menu.
Well, I had to really get in there because I've actually popped out my Windows key on my keyboard. I don't have a Windows key.
All right, but you've still got. You can just press the button. You can press the switch down.
I did.
Did it work though?
I don't know.
I think if you look at the bottom right, it should show language down there, doesn't it? In Windows, like, isn't there like a? Oh, it doesn't show it for me.
Press Windows and oops, no, wrong button. No, that ain't it.
I guess you can.
Already, whatever.
You can test typing the thing. I don't know. I hate those default things, man. I remember that used to happen every internet cafe I used to be playing at. You just changed keyboard language accidentally in the middle of a game. You'd be like, what the fuck just happened? Every single time.
My Korean's about as good as yours, Twitch chat, so I actually don't know what the Korean voiceover is saying for GSL when she says honey bun. I don't know what she says.
they've moved the boundaries of the leagues a bunch of times. I have no idea, but yeah, I mean, Diamond is a gigantic league. Someone is like, hey, I just, got Terran Diamond for the first time. They must have lowered the standard because I still suck. Getting to Diamond 1 is like a very different thing. I think they did expand Diamond at some point, but I mean, it always changes. And the great thing about StarCraft is you never stop sucking. A lot of people, if they have that RTS experience, they come back and they're like, wow, look how good I am. I don't even know what I'm doing. And then they kind of have like a bit of a recession almost, where they get worse when they start actually trying to figure out how to play. Because like before they were just like YOLOing with no fucks given. And then a lot of people actually get worse when they start trying to understand things because they mind screw themselves into panicking under pressure and stuff. But Diamond is massive league. Like Diamond 3 to Diamond 1 is this immense gap. So yeah. Windows key Fs you up, Execu. You can turn that off in StarCraft, mate. There's actually an option in SC2. They didn't think having chat channels was a good idea on launch, but they made it so you can turn that off.
I didn't pop out the Windows key because I never use it. Even though I never use it, I popped it out because I want to always know where Control and Alt is.
Yeah. Yeah, like I've got a few keys missing on... Actually, I don't have any keys missing anymore, but I used to pull heaps of keys. Like my other keyboards I've got sitting around right now.
Yeah, I've only pulled the Windows key just because I sometimes hit that instead of Control or Alt.
Yeah. Have you ever tried to play on one of those macro keyboards with like 10 keys on the left of Control and Shift? That thing always fucks with my head, man.
No, God.
Oh, I'm always like, why isn't Control working? And I'm hitting a macro because, your finger tries to find the bottom left-hand side of the keyboard.
Nah. I've actually even stopped. I even don't like having a lot of stuff on the right side of the keyboard. Like, I haven't had a really good 10 keyless keyboard yet. Because I actually use the numpad sometimes. But,
yeah.
But I'm
doing those
to,
taxes.
Well, yeah, that as well. But I'm actually starting to find that I use the 10 keyless, the 10 keys way less now. So not really down with it anymore. By the way, that keyboard thing worked. So thank you to guy in the chat. Sorry, I didn't read your name. Whoever said that.
Oh yeah, it was shout out to J Baby. Thanks J Baby.
Thanks J Baby.
Was very diplomatic about it as well. When someone like does it and they're like, here's my tech advice. Here's my tech advice. Here's my tech advice.
It's done. Yep, that's how it's done. Not all caps spamming lol at spamming streamer. It's just being calm, collected, and talking to someone like a human being would talk to another human being.
Yeah.
You did it. Thank you so much.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch. Just letting you all know that out there in chat land, I'm gonna still cast StarCraft 2. I'm gonna still be a part of StarCraft 2, but I am not going to play this game until I get into the hyperbolic time chamber again and figure things out. Because right now, I'm actually embarrassed at how bad I am. I am embarrassed at how bad I am right now. I'm way worse than I used to be.
Sometimes it's like an important thing for me when I hit that like point where I'm so angry and annoyed and I'm like, you just kind of you're like, all right, I'm actually gonna go back in and relearn my builds from scratch.
I need to hit the gym, man. I need to stop going out there and playing games. I need to go into the gym and do some practice.
Yeah. You're gonna go full keto on your build orders and shit, and you're like gonna fucking be like memorizing all your triggers for things and all that sort of stuff. It's always
We just had this talk, chat. We just had this talk. Remember when I said you can't make me feel better? Stop trying. Remember? Anyway, Pig, continue.
If I just knew how human beings talk to each other, I wouldn't need to spend all my time in Twitch channels. Indeed, Carfishy. Indeed.
Can we make you feel worse? Look, Twitch chat, you can always do that. You can always do that, Twitch chat.
Oh, shit.
Did you finish your Ultra Nightmare run? No, I didn't. I went on live tilt in that game too. Maybe I'm just shit at video games.
I would not ever try that. Like, I'm fucking... Jesus, man.
I find it so fun.
It is actually such a satisfying game. Like, just every... What are like the things you go to the little portal challenge thing? What's that fucking called?
I don't know.
Demon Gate or some shit?
Oh, Slayer's Gate.
Slayer's Gate. Every one of those and every like really big epic fight, you're just like, I'm just like, oh my god, this is such a fucking cool game.
Yeah.
Doom made me so happy.
Yes, it still does. Even when I fail in it and I get tilted, I keep coming back and I love it. Same with StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
I just need to... I like... I'm playing way below my level, and I deserve the 300 plus MMR that I've lost from the last 2 backseat sessions. I deserve it.
Yeah.
I don't deserve to be Diamond 1. I deserve to be Diamond 3 again and working my way back up. If I got promoted to Masters, I would start a new account because I don't deserve it. I'd leave League, start a brand new fresh account. The Banelings.
Banelings. Look at this fucking wannabe dark.
Yeah, right.
The fucking
You got
rando
some hit
Ling
points
Bane
from one probe.
timing.
Ah, stupid. I'm so good at getting my probe strapped.
I do that with the SCVs and engineering base.
It's amazing.
zombiegrub, you off-race like all the European pros. Like Lambo and Harstam and stuff. And I'm always like, you look at a Korean pro off-race, they'll do some wild shit in there and they'll be real aggressive and stuff. The EU pros do the most generic macro build every game and like just try to play really textbook. It's very impressive. Like I can't use oracles, so I just don't try anything like this ever because I'm like, oh my god, this is too hard.
Quick, use the Phoenix to lift up Zergling.
Like even when I do oracles, it's queuing stasis traps because I can't micro the lasers. I was like, fuck that shit, that's hard.
Big what keyboard and mouse are the three of you using?
Here.
Thank you, Godfather, for the cheer. Wants to know what keyboard and mice we're using. I'm using a Corsair M65 mouse, and I'm also using the K70 RGB MK2 Corsair mechanical keyboard with brown switches, because brown is the color of farts, and that's the noise you made by giving.
Yep, I use the
some
K70
bits.
with brown switches as well.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
Nice.
Yep. I
Good
bought
keyboard.
it because of your sponsorship, actually.
Ah, Maynard's actually the bestest. What mouse are you using, Maney? Old G9X? Death Adder?
Death Adder.
Ah.
It's been my every time I try and use something that isn't a Death Adder. The closest I've come to liking a mouse that isn't a Death Adder is the Razer Viper. But even then, the Death Adder is just I keep coming back to it. This is my favorite mouse. I think it's just going to be that way forever. They're just going to have to keep making Death Adders for me. Thank you very much, Undefined Behavior, for the resub, by the way.
Are green switches one of the Razer ones that imitates
Yes.
reds?
Yeah.
I think it actually imitates blue. It's very, very
Blues,
clicky.
okay.
It's very clicky.
Because someone said green for life, and I was like, I don't think that's one of them. And I was like, wait. I did used to use those orange Razer ones back when I was sponsored by Razer, but that was just quite a while ago. I actually use the numpad as well. People are like, why do you use that? Like, what the hell? But especially because I use the right-hand side of the keyboard with the core, it like doesn't get in the way at all because I'm using that side. Whereas if I was using the left-hand side of the keyboard, it would maybe force my mouse hand to have a little bit less space. So yeah, people always go crazy when they find out I have the numpad version. They're like, you're not using 10 keyless? Are you a real gamer? And I'm like,
My K70 has my K70 has the numpad.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
no,
you're using
Prism
the
Reed.
same one as me. I don't know how Harstam does the Oracle flybys. Kills a lot of drones without slowing down or losing an Oracle. Me and Maynard literally can't ever do that unless we're on the Australian server Glowfly. So I've tried. I understand the mechanics. Basically, it's very much you need to keep the Oracle moving. In between target firing, you need to immediately give a move command. Because if you stop at any moment, the Oracle takes a long time to accelerate. Once it's up to speed, as long as you just only stop for a fraction of a second, it keeps gliding. It doesn't even come to a complete stop. And then you give it a move command and it completely reaccelerates to full speed. Like it almost doesn't lose speed at all, or not perceptibly. There's a few NA players who do it beautifully. Tesla, Rob, fucking God. I build a second Spore in my bases just against him because he's disgusting. Like he'll come in so late with 3 or 4 oracles and kill 13 drones if you don't. So I actually double Spore against him because of that. But it takes a lot of micro. Nina is an expert with oracles as well. Check her out if you want to see really pristine oracle play. SC2 Wings of Liberty beta maps like Oasis and Scrap Station. I lost a best of 25 in the final map when I lost 13-11 with Scrap Station. I got really angry. And this was on Monday. Playing Tarot on that map. Oh, it was not fun. I should have gone one base BC or something. Would have actually been the best one for that map. Turn Archons. Chad that shit. So I get the feeling this player likes having a lot of hydras and zerglings and attacking.
There's the Lingbane Hydra or Die-Trying Zerg.
I would chase those hydras down. I would just chad that shit. Yeah, I'm basically going full Harambe / dabbing with Chad. I know I've turned it into a verb. I think I'm going to kill it a little bit more until it's really been drained of all meaning, and then I'll eventually stop saying it. There's some pleb as well who's pretty... Wait, that's not real Showtime. That's fake Showtime, surely. It's not real Showtime in my chat.
Surely.
No, there's an underscore at the end. Haha. Hello, fake Showtime. How you doing?
Damn it! Cons.
Archons. I was like, what is Tobias doing up at this time? Guy needs his beauty sleep.
Yeah, that Showtime strikes me as the guy that doesn't have degen hours.
Yeah.
He's a well-rested, sensible hour European. His incredible diet, incredible regime, workout schedule. You beat death, zombie grub. You're gonna live forever.
Thank God. I have so much left to do in my life.
That's right.
Hey, I'm almost a Masters 2 with my Protoss.
God,
yay!
Oh, no.
Oh, almost. Almost.
And then
Called it early.
everyone's going to be like, oh, she's a Protoss player now. And be like, oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
They're right.
All right. I can't stop lying to myself.
Did you guys want to finish there or have me play one last game?
Go, Pig. One more. One of us.
More?
Yep. Go, Pig. One of us.
Let's go.
I don't know my actual numbers for anymore, to be honest.
Me neither.
Popped up on screen, but
If I looked at my MMR screen, I'd be even sadder than I am right now.
You guys don't check your value as a human in society every day? What the fuck?
My value as a human in society depends on what Stream Elements messages me after my stream and how much money I earned.
All right, so if people were wondering, can we make Maynard feel better? I think we have our answer. Hit that donate button.
When I get an email that says I made triple digits doing a stream, I'm like, fuck yeah. Doing it right.
I mean, tier 3 subs are always nice to give to Maynard.
True. That I will break out a whiskey. I will break out whiskey for tier 3s.
Yeah, there's actually a hidden rule I heard you had.
I feed the Bork for 20 gifted sub bombs as well.
Oh shit.
Drop a 20.
I heard there's a special rule. If you get to be a tier 3 sub, one of the perks is that if they show up at your house unannounced, you won't call the police. You'll give them a warning first. Is that true, Maynard?
I probably wouldn't call the police ever. So I feel like I've got my own kind of justice if people want to come to my house and find out where I live. Parting! My champion! Thank you very much for the raid. We're doing Backseat, so I'm watching Pig stream. You hosted me to watch Pig.
That's right, man. I'm gonna fucking dick twist my way to victory in this next game.
What up? Yeah, Pig's gonna do some dick twisting here. All the sugar puppy bears out there. Welcome. Much love.
Eldred? Oh my god, it's been giving me some silly MMR mismatches here. But it's my Terran, so I could absolutely lose.
I'd face that guy.
Yeah. Do you remember Eldred, Maynard?
No. Oh, Carfish, you think they have 1,000 bits? Appreciate that.
Fucking Eldred, mate. Old Sydney semi-pro player in the early days when we were all, you know, cheesing each other in Wings of Liberty. And one of the most aggressive boys out there. I remember Iaguz was always like, oh, it's Eldred. And he's like, all right, gonna get a siege tank on the high ground, and that's the game plan.
All right.
So watch me
know
aggression is incoming, and watch me still find a way to lose. I will show you some magic.
I will watch you whip, and then I'll watch you nay directly afterwards, in that order.
You're the boss. SCV ready. Big
Do you like Carnival, Maynard?
I do, yeah.
Cool.
They're my
I've never
sub
actually
song.
listened to them. I actually feel like I haven't really been like listening to music in a big way in a while, especially since copyright stuff with just YouTube, and obviously now it's picked up even more with Twitch that I don't listen to stuff while streaming. But I've been thinking, I'm like, I actually, you know, there's a lot of music out there that I think I would enjoy, but I just don't expose myself to enough of it.
So with the DMCA stuff, it's probably going to be pretty comprehensive one day, but right now it's nowhere near it. The only labels that are attacking people are ones that can afford to, and attack is the wrong word. Claiming for their music is like the only labels that are doing that are ones that can afford to, which are Universal and Warner. And if you have an Australian band on, like I do right now, I'm listening to Northlane. Northlane's label is not going to come and hunt everyone that's playing Northlane on Twitch. I can promise you that right now. Northlane's label is Northlane are probably just barely getting by with what they earn from whatever they get from their label, which is very likely merch because no one is touring right now. The only labels that can afford in current era to chase down people are labels that represent normie music. So if you are a normie music listener, if you're listening to Drake, you're listening to Nicki Minaj, you're listening to fucking Cardi B, then yes, your music will very likely be claimed by a giant label. If you're listening to an Australian indie metalcore band, you're completely fine. So Pig, if you want to put on Carnival next stream, I promise you that their label will not come after you. So that's my understanding as to what the DMCA is right now in current era. What happens if Pig throws in a pre-whip before Nene? Well, that's not the build. Then he's just doing it incorrectly. I'm glad we had that talk, Protos.
And it's the latest you've ever done. Backseat.
Yeah.
Sorry, zombiegrub, am I keeping you up?
I'm tired.
I'm tired. Just the DMZ till 3 a.m. Oh, yeah, to make us sleepy drunk, ZG. ZG, so guys, let's let you know, as someone that's been drinking with ZG for a while, here is how it works. She gets drunk, and then you have about a 1 to 2 hour window before she gets really sleepy. And in that 1 to 2 hour window, it's party time. That's when the laughs and the big drinks happen, and then after that, it's sleepy grub. That's it. Party's over. It's like lighting a fuse. So you've lit a 1 to 2 hour fuse.
I never realized that. I mean, I remember going pretty, like, I'm definitely one of those people that wants to go out pretty much all night, though. Like, after parties.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Maybe it's an energy, like, well, it depends on the energy that you're surrounded by. So, like, a hotel lobby bar is a bit of a sleepy environment, but if you're going to, like, a bar filled with people and it's a bit more party style, like, I guess the CSGO bar at IAM Katowice, for instance.
Yeah.
Like a bit more party environment, you feel more awake, I guess, because you've got more.
Oh, come on,
I mean,
baby.
I definitely was awake.
Oh, it's a barbecue.
We went to McDonald's with Wardy and Smix.
Okay.
I don't know if this is true. I do admit that I say I'm tired because it's true. But,
Because yes.
but then I'll be like, I don't want to leave you guys.
Maybe a wick is better since a fuse implies a boom. The zombie grub really likes sleeping, so it's an explosive. It's an explosive response.
I really do.
Oh no, that wall. Yeah.
I hate Deathora. Or
Deathora.
Pillows are gold.
Add-on complete.
Deathora.
Which pro gamer can drink the most? Which pro gamer?
All hands to battle stations.
Stefano drinks a lot.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, probably Stefano.
I've heard rumors of Hero Marine. I've seen it in action though.
I have. He's got some pretty good gastronomical fortitude. That large Gabriel. Parting, of course. You know what? Parting likes to party. That's for damn sure. I've never been. I've been at one.
What do you mean? Can drink the most? Do you mean like before they pass out drunk, or do you mean
or
before they start saying no?
For me, that literally means like literage. How much consumption? How much alcohol can they put in their body before it's over? Not before they go to sleep, but like how much can they actually consume?
Okay.
I
would actually argue. I don't know if partying's actually that guy.
I know he likes to party. I have been to one after party with partying, and he definitely went pretty ham. But I wouldn't say it was like it was a noticeably incredible amount.
I will always remember him telling us to shoot a bottle of soju, which we did, and then he did not.
Oh my god! Yeah, that's
Suddenly,
Eldritch.
Lings and Banelings.
Suddenly Lings. And he's in. Oh no, Pick. I'm so sorry.
I told you guys I would find a way even when I knew it was coming.
Maybe
Maybe.
Hitting our SPDs.
what games are you the best at? I mean, I'm probably not the best at any games, to be honest. Being the best is quite difficult.
What's the game you are? What game would you say that you are closest to having mastery of? Reword the question.
I know I remember being really proud of something, but I don't remember what.
Type Racer.
So funnily enough, okay, yeah, Type Racer. I'm very good at Type Racer,
Our
so there's that.
SPDs are under fire.
And then also there's a game called Citus, which is like a rhythm game on the iPad, tablet thing, and I'm actually very good at that too. Battle of God.
It's Doom Eternal for me, probably.
Command center has been upgraded.
Twitch Kylie reinstalled StarCraft 2. Haven't played since Wings of Liberty. Any suggestions on which ways to try and learn with? I'd say probably Terran. Twitch Kylie, whatever takes your fancy. All the races are pretty fun and different in their own way. Terran's the most standard of the races, I suppose, for other RTSs.
Are you ready? SCV ready.
You can
I
do it,
didn't
easy.
realize. Shut up. I didn't realize how many SCVs Pig still had alive.
Yeah, 3 seasons.
Yeah, all the ones spread behind my natural, and apparently they didn't die. I looked back and was like, that's good.
Add-on is
Yeah.
up and running.
That's not bad.
A live game.
Yeah. Thing is that I know, like, for type racing, for instance, I know there's people who, like literally are jobs or faster or more consistent than me. Anything in life is basically StarCraft, where you think you're good, and then you realize you're not good, and then other people think you're good, and you're like, no, I'm not very good.
Are you ready for this? Absolutely.
No Michael Jordan. No Wayne Gretzky.
We're done with the research.
Yeah. We've already got a Michael Jordan in StarCraft.
Channel's clear, boss.
Fucking finish, kid.
Ready to raise some hell.
Any chess players in the Backseat group? Maynard plays the
yeah.
chess, but
I'm on chess hiatus right now because I've just it was one of those things where I couldn't keep up with all the games that I was playing in chess, and I didn't want to say no to anyone, so I said no to everyone
Research complete.
and just stopped playing.
Add-on
I
complete.
kept getting notifications, and I'm like, too many moves. I'm like, I don't have time to think about this move. It's got a timeout. Forget it. And I just stopped accepting games on chess. I still have it on my phone, but I stopped playing.
Cyclone.
Nothing left in that mineral cluster.
I never really got into chess. My dad and my uncle taught me how to play.
I like chess a lot. It's a really cool game,
Comms open.
but I don't like it enough to find a way to play it.
Upgrade complete.
You don't have any
I find
hobbies?
myself at a loss of what to do. I get bored pretty easily and don't do anything.
My
We're
hobbies.
hitting our mineral
Yeah,
field.
what are my hobbies right
Upgrade
now?
is ready for use.
I guess just still gaming. I don't really game a ton off stream, but I really like actually consuming art is one of my favorite things in the whole world. So like pictures, movies, music, and sort of like trying to find meaning in those things. I like that a lot.
Our forces
I don't know
are
if that's a
under
hobby.
fire.
Just that I'm lazy and just watch TV.
Well, I watch TV, but I don't just watch it to like pass time. I watch it because I like want to experience something cool. You know what I mean? I'm not just looking to pass time. I find that yeah, I don't have a ton of spare time usually.
I think I have a problem of like the freelance problem, which is that I can't consolidate my hours. So I spread everything out. So it's a little bit of not doing anything, a little bit of doing something, a little bit of not doing anything, a little bit of doing something.
Mined out a mineral.
So I constantly feel like I'm doing something. When if I actually just condense everything, I'd probably have like a 8 or 9 hour workday, and I could actually feel okay about doing something else. But whenever I like think like, okay, I don't have anything specifically to do today, I always am like, well, I should be doing other things. And then I get caught in the procrastinator's like there's too many options, so I don't do anything. And I
Oh,
literally
okay.
don't do anything. I don't even open up like a video game.
I'm very quick at making decisions with that kind of thing. It's never been a problem. I'm also one of those people that'll go to a restaurant and pick what I want to eat within seconds.
I never had a problem with that.
Yeah, I found that a lot of people that have your problem have that problem in restaurants. I don't know what it's called. Like option paralysis, I guess.
Yeah, well, it's because I have to get started on something, right? Like,
True.
It's just
It's kind of like,
procrastination.
I guess it's like, you know, putting on your, like the hardest part of going to the gym is putting on your shoes. Getting in your clothes.
Which also, weirdly enough, I'm okay with.
Yeah. Also, someone in the chat was just like, "Do you like hiking and that sort of thing?" I actually, that's something I should have mentioned. Is I do actually really enjoy going to the gym. I like that a lot.
Well, yeah. I feel like, you know, obviously I'll feel overworked for like the long days, like DreamHack, working, and then also streaming. But those are actually days I probably like the most because I feel like I always am told what to do, and I don't have much indecision. So on those days, I'm usually also the most productive because I have to get something done. Like
Oh my God, is this why zombiegrub plays standard in all matchups? Because she's just like gonna do a build order. She's like, this is what pros do, so I'll do it. It's like her days. It's like her days. She's like, someone has to tell me what to do. I'm not gonna come up with it myself.
Yeah, basically.
Mm.
It's also why I'm not very good at the video games. Well, other
Like we're
RTS.
psycho-analyzing zombiegrub over here.
I'm okay at first-person shooters, I suppose. But when people like look at strategy games and they're just like, "Yes, clearly this is the move," I'm like, yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
I see it now. Yeah.
Our ACPs are under fire.
Yeah, I'm sorry
My
for everyone
mind
that's
is an
not able to have that
enigma.
team back. It's
Clapping
Pandora's
monkey.
box, and you don't want it to be open.
Mineral field depleted.
That's why I
Nothing
also
left in
love
that
when I
mineral
actually get
cluster.
obsessed with the game.
Upgrade complete.
But I get obsessed with like city builders and stuff for like 2 weeks, and then I'm like, okay, I'm done.
You're like Frostpunk and stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like Frostpunk, They Are Billions, Civilization, The Sims.
So what's the?
Command center has been upgraded.
I've been trying out games that are on sale, and I'm like pretty desperate for a well, not even desperate. I was gonna say I'm desperate for a new game to play, but I'm actually not. I'm not finding a lot of enjoyment out of playing things that aren't what I stream. So I'm not desperate for a new game. I take that back. I've been really getting into, you know, I was talking about like just enjoying films as an art form. Been really enjoying trying to figure out David Lynch movies. That's, you know how people, you know, a lot of people like puzzle books, Sudoku, they like crosswords, whatever. They like just like solving problems. For me, I try to logic puzzle David Lynch movies at the moment. That's what I've been doing. I've been watching. Which movies?
Yeah.
Well, I watched all of Twin Peaks.
Okay.
First and second season and the third season, trying to figure out what the fuck it means, especially the third season. It's like, what the hell is happening? What is this message? And then I watched, then I went on because of Twin Peaks, I went on a bender where I watched like Mulholland Drive, Blue Velvet, Razorhead, and is it Midnight Runner or something Runner?
We've exhausted a Vespine.
Oh, Lost Highway is the other one I watched. Lost Highway, I think it was called. And they are all so strange, but they're like intriguingly strange. I'm like, oh. And they're pretty well put together. But it's just like, oh, what's he trying to say here? And I'm trying to figure it out. I really love that. I have my theories.
Like that. I want to start up Movie Club again, but I haven't done it in a while. But I'm really glad all the movies that I watched. I'm really glad I finally got to watch
Yeah, that's a cool one. I like that one as well. Undefined of Haver says you liked Lynch's Dune. I actually don't like Lynch's Dune because it's not like the book, which I love, and I love the book. And also David Lynch hates his own Dune because he got forced. That was the I've learned from David Lynch, like in interviews and stuff, in my quest to try and figure out what the fuck's happening in some of these movies, that he specifically hates Dune because of the fact that the like the studio or whatever put pressure on him to just finish it a certain way. So he had to like take some liberties and he couldn't make his movie. And he said that was the first and last time that he let someone other than him make the final choice on what happens in a movie. Yeah.
You know what I'm glad is happening recently is that Joss Whedon is kind of coming out as like not being a great guy. I really didn't like that time period where it seemed like he could do no wrong, which is kind of like around the time the first Avengers movie came out. So, you know, obviously everyone was coming off this hype of like, oh, Buffy the Vampire Slayer was fantastic. He's like the new age of like powerful woman. He was like really credited for being a feminist, and I was just like, this is fucking barnacles. I've never really liked him. I always thought that Buffy the Vampire Slayer was okay, but not like fucking.
I wouldn't have touted it for strong female characters. I always felt like he just grabbed girls that he thought was attractive and liked to put them into very stereotypically funny, weird, odd roles. And I really like a lot of his shows because I think they do a really fun mix of like action, comedy, drama. There's like a bit of everything in them, and they're just different fun storylines. And there's a lot of he's good at just winding a really long, slow storyline in, right? That's like his specialty. Is like he's just gonna hint at stuff and slowly build the characters over a really long time. So once you're invested, you just get this insane level of development that very few other shows would do, especially in such an accessible, like pop culture-y kind of way, as opposed to like a 6 Feet Under or something like that. That is obviously a much more serious, slow, adult show.
Carl Fisher in my chat just made me laugh so hard. He's like, David Lynch's Dune is one of my favorite movies, and I probably shouldn't like it as much as I do. On one hand, it totally bastardizes the book and is way over the top. On the other hand, oiled up Sting and a jockstrap. Like, it's a really good counterpoint there, Carl Fishy. I really have to pay that.
For hitting our SCVs.
I miss watching a lot of movies. My mom and I used to go and watch movies all the time. We watched Old Guard recently, which just felt like such a B movie. Like, it's their Lucky Charlize Theron, isn't it?
Old Guard. I saw that. I haven't seen that yet. That's on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
I didn't mind it. As far as comic book movies go, it was alright.
Yeah, it's
It wasn't anything special, that's for sure.
No, it wasn't. And there's a lot of points where I was just like, what?
I'll probably give it a miss then. I was gonna watch it.
Yeah. If you don't have anything else, then you can watch it. What happens? The last really good movie I watched was like a month ago, and it was Jojo Rabbit. That was actually just.
That's such a good movie. Oh my god, everybody should watch that.
I couldn't believe it.
That's such a fun movie. Just the very start. Give me a Heil Hitler. You know, you're just like, what am I watching? You're like, this is so ridiculous. What? It's so well done.
Have you not seen it, Jojo Rabbit?
Never heard of
it. So it kind of like it came out during a lot of other like very popular blockbusters, I guess, and kind of like went under the radar. But it's by
Waititi.
Yeah, Waititi. But like, I want to say it's
I butchered. I don't know how you meant to say
yeah,
that.
exactly. And he does the other show that I love.
Thor 3.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And like what we did in
the
Shadows. What we do in the Shadows.
Oh, okay. What we do in the Shadows. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that. That's pretty good.
So Jojo Rabbit is like it doesn't look like a very like what the fuck am I even watching, right? Like it's basically a kid, Jojo, in Hitler Germany, right? He has an imaginary friend that is Hitler, and he's obsessed with Nazis. Basically, he's a young kid in Nazi Germany, so he thinks that it's the best thing ever. But it's a comedy, right? And it's like a heartwarming, kind of bittersweet, kind of sad thing. Honestly, I don't even want to tell you much more about it because I didn't get told what it was really about, and I think it's better that way. But you should absolutely watch it.
The problem here for me is that it is not on any streaming service, and I have like 3 of them. I've got like Netflix, Prime, Stan, and Disney Plus, so I have 4. And it's not on any of those. Can you
rent it for like $3 or $4 from like Google or something?
I can rent it for 7.
I actually think it's very worth it. It's worth the price of a movie ticket, that's for sure.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. I'll write it down. Jojo Rabbit. You have to rent it on YouTube.
Better Than Life is Beautiful. I don't think I ever watched that.
That was the problem actually with What We Do in the Shadows. That wasn't on any streaming service either. Although I think it might be on Stan. Hold up.
Yeah.
What We Do in the Shadows. Watch options.
It's incredibly
Foxtail, go! Oh, I don't have that either. All right, I can't watch What We Do in the Shadows either. Rip.
Pirate Bay.
Sail the 7 seas.
I have to sail at least one sea to watch this show.
Yeah. It's like normally, I love to give artists their due. Unfortunately, in Australia, sometimes you need to pay for cable TV to do it.
there is a reason why everyone torrented the fuck out of Game of Thrones, and that was not a demand issue. It was a supply issue. I would have been more than happy to pay money for Game of Thrones, but no one gave me a way to watch it until the final season, and it was Foxtel Go, which was a broken shit fucking streaming service.
Oh, that's bad. That sucks.
Yeah. Like, everyone got refunded and that sort of thing for Foxtel Go because it ran like ass. It was like a 480p video on if you have like a 55 or plus inch TV and you're trying to watch a 480p video on it, good fucking luck to you, you know?
Being in Australia. Wow.
I mean, whatever. I didn't get to watch the last season of Game of Thrones without torrenting it. Who gives a shit? Stupid show.
Yeah. Yeah. I like after the 4th or 5th season, I was already kind of done being making time out of my schedule to watch it.
It was sunken cost fallacy for me. I'm like, I'm this far in. I just want to see it end. Like, I haven't enjoyed the last couple seasons, but I just want to go to the end because I'm so close to the end.
I did watch the finale. My mom still,
Same.
made time for it, so I watched it with her, and I was like, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
What happened?"
Oh.
All right, fam. It was a good stream. It's a good day. I'll catch you guys later.
Yes, I'll be on. I'm playing tonight in the War Chest Team League. Is everyone else playing in the War Chest Team League?
Sunday.
Yeah, me and zombiegrub start the stream on Sunday.
All right. Well, the Dread Knights are playing Team Roddy, the no brain, no pain, and the Tank Toppers, the Nathanius boys.
Hot diddly damn.
I'm Keen.
Keen Bean. All right. Good night, guys.
Later, mate.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for the support. Thank you, Godfather, everyone, Ariel Ace, cheers, subs, everything. Thank you. Massive thanks, of course, to Devlin. Devlin earlier. It's good to see Devlin back in the stream. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Have a good night. I'll see you all tomorrow. I don't think any of those are continuing, so I don't know. Who we gonna raid? Who we gonna raid? Who?